bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 Gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 Gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-888-201-7080. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-888-201-7080 now to secure your 1904p $20 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-888-201-7080.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. At New South Window, we bring the factory to you. Our windows and doors are made with quality in mind, and your products and installation are backed by our lifetime warranty. That's because New South Window knows the importance of single source accountability. We believe in removing the middleman so you get more for your money. This is real factory direct. One company, one call, guaranteed for life. Get New South proud.
For a limited time only, when you buy more, you can save more. Visit newsouthwindow.com to learn more.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by R.C. Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of The Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that as we do every single day. And, man, do we have a good one for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Deb will do that at 3:20 with Woke News. 4 o'clock, we'll do What'd You Do That's New. We'll go over Jack's Choice, and we'll find out who our celebrity chooser is for next week. We'll also get Jack's Olympic update at 4:45. Get you caught up on what's happening out there with the Olympics, medal count, who's doing what. I think there's a world record being set today. I heard some yelling out there. Was that you guys watching that wrestler?
I did watch something live.
All right.
I have mixed feelings about it.
All right, very good. 5 o'clock hour, It's Only Money. Everybody, Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth will check in as well. We'll do trivia. Again, choice of tickets, Taste of Central Florida, or tickets to see Island H2O's Endless Summer. And, of course, we'll end it up. You heard it here first. Your text, calls, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, guys, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show, and of course all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. You can send us a talkback if you'd like at that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it, and use that microphone to send it on down the line. How you guys doing today?
Beautiful breezy day today for us.
God almighty, you know, if you live out there near any of this new construction that's happening across the counties, you know, they strip that land, then they bring in that dirt. Then this wind hits it. Next thing you know, you're in India.
Yeah, exactly.
It is crazy. Like out there where we are, those open fields that are eventually going to be tracts of homes.
It looks like a haboob.
It looks like Mumbai out
when
there.
You're driving through. It's like, oh, sandstorm. Awesome.
That's only a temporary condition for Jimmy.
Yeah.
He'll be moving in a couple months.
Yeah, you're right. I'll be done.
Exactly.
Rain, no rain today, wind. But boy, I got to tell you, we're going to hear from Scott Brown a little bit later. I think he's up in the South Carolina area.
Oh, no.
He's having a place up there, I believe, being built or whatever, and he's been up there back and forth a couple times. And I think he's just outside the reach of it, but man, is it getting clobbered up there right now.
It really is. Savannah, Charleston, which I just visited in January.
Yeah, and I was just up there this year as well.
Yeah, finding out what low country it is.
Yeah.
And just what a regular rainstorm will be doing. Of course, we'll be talking about it in Woke News, but they're just looking at historic flooding, kind of like what Houston went through after Harvey.
That's exactly what I was about to liken it to. It reminds me of how Harvey was half on land, half out in the ocean, still powering itself with the warm ocean, and then just bringing all that right on the shore. And it was there for a day and a half, 2 days?
And Houston had been told that storm was just going to blow over them.
Right.
You know, it wasn't going to linger the way that it did. And thank God for Mattress Mac.
Yeah.
Where lots of people wouldn't have had a dry place to stay.
Exactly right.
I mean, it's crazy.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Jack, something we didn't get to yesterday, but I know that you guys did it this weekend. I wanted to find out how the Backpack Brigade went and how all that thing went down. I know that was there to get materials.
Yeah, we were collecting school supplies for area school kids, and it was along with One Heart and Elevation Church and our friends at Fox 35, and it went really well. It was a long day. It was a hot day from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. in the parking lot at the Walmart in Union Park. So it's, on Colonial Drive
East
in
50.
East 50 out there. I put in a couple hours, and I had our promo staff put in 8 hours each. So that seems about right.
Jack was all swaggy.
Jack showed up and got super served by the peons. I love it.
Yeah, David Martin from Fox 35 was there. So for their Good Day Orlando, he's their feature reporter, right? He goes out around town, seeing all different things. So he was doing his report from there. So, Cameron, one of our promotions guys, was on the news, and they started talking to him, and he was representing and did well. He remembered 2 of the 3 shows on Real Radio. So,
now what two did he remember?
What do you think?
God, I hope it's ours. The Monsters and us, hopefully.
That is exactly what he remembered.
Screw the news junkie. Who cares?
Yeah. And then that immediately started getting texts from Sabrina after it airs live on Fox 35.
I would too. I would be the same thing.
Sabrina's like, fire this guy.
Yeah. Look,
fire him.
He forgot me. I'd be on his ass too. Trust me when I got to tell you.
But that's okay. We made up for it later. I got to be interviewed by David Martin, and then we had him on the Monsters that morning, and there were a bunch of bins. And shout out, we had one listener. His name is Vincent, I believe. He's retired, lives over in East Orlando, been listening since 2001 to Real Radio.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and he went into Walmart, bought a cart full of supplies, and came out and donated them all.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
damn, good for you.
Shout out to him. Thank you very much. It's great meeting listeners that, for over 20 years he's been listening, and that was the first time we met.
I'll be damned.
It's kind of neat.
It's cool that he did that, though.
Yeah,
obviously. Well, it's good that you guys did that. Great job, and good on everyone. It's weird, but we've never asked David Martin to come in and sit with us when I'm out. That's a guy that could do this, could he not?
Yeah, I think so.
I've only met him like once in passing. We were doing one of the things together. It wasn't this food thing we just did recently, but it was some other thing. He's a really nice guy. Just kind of, man, he works. That dude gets out there, man. He's busy.
And he's been doing this for, I don't know, about 20 years.
Yeah, a long time. He's been in town doing that. Kind of the entertainment reporter. Is it culture reporter? How do you?
I say he called it feature reporter.
Feature, so, there you go.
Yeah, he goes out, whether it's, it could be scalloping, it could whatever.
Fun World adds a roller coaster, whatever the case may be, right?
And so he goes out, he gets to experience all these things and report live on Good Day Orlando on Fox 35, and he's been doing that forever and does a great job.
He does. Yeah. It's fun to watch him on TV. It's hard to do that stuff and stay kind of lighthearted, you know, and make it entertaining and fun, yet deliver the message. So good job, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We will have Jack's Olympic update, so I'll refrain for anything there. Kamala Harris chose her vice president. I'm sure we'll cover that in Woke News as well.
Oh, really? Shoot, I forgot about that.
Yeah, right there. More stuff coming out about this thing that happened in Lake County. These 3 officers that were shot, one was basically executed. One was shot and is in critical condition, going in and trying to save his life. And how this thing came about, and this woman and this group of people, just the idea of being that brainwashed still puzzles me to this day. When I read stories about this or stories about even groups that don't end in violence of this nature, but of course you can't ignore like Jonestown and other, the Hale Bop crew. You can't.
Oh, that's right.
I don't understand that. I for some reason I can't wrap my head around somebody that could because there were no cell phones apparently in this apartment or this house. There was no television in the house, but yet there was other media that they kept. They said. Inflammatory.
I have anti-government literature in this story.
Anti-government literature and stuff of that nature.
Conspiratorial stuff.
Conspiratorial is the word I'm looking for. So they were inundating themselves with that. Plus, we'll have obviously more to talk about there as well.
On your weirdo bingo card.
Right, exactly. And then a thing we didn't get you to yesterday regarding Olympic athletes that I think is going to be interesting. And I have one of those questions for you guys. That I like to ask occasionally. And this is one of those doofy things I can come up with that makes a lot of sense to me. And I can kind of spit it to you now, and then we can kind of rumble about it, and then we can move on and maybe do it a little bit later.
But real quick, before, Jack's Olympic update and stuff for today's What'd You Do That's New, the 3 videos he recommends, it equals like 16 minutes of time.
Right.
They're all really, really fascinating. So if you've got a few minutes before, like when Jimmy teases that we're going to be talking about something, go see those videos because I learned a lot.
Did you really?
I learned more than I expected.
Wow.
I really did.
Well, you have a very matter-of-fact face now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Am I going to learn a lot?
You haven't watched it yet?
When
No, I
you
have to
watch
watch
it
yeah, I have to
during the
watch it now.
breaks?
Yeah,
You son of a bitch.
Buddy,
What a
listen.
son of a-
I
yeah,
gotta tell
buddy.
you, I barely
Tell
made
me,
it to
buddy.
work today.
Tell
I
me,
barely
buddy.
made it to work today. 3 vendors in my house right now.
I do it.
Internet out. God almighty.
Oh, no. Internet out.
Oh, man. Don't even, listen. We're right back at it. Right back at the very beginning. Nothing works. Everything's broken. Nothing works.
Oh,
No. Hotspot, if it wasn't for that. I'm probably going to have a $6,000 data bill. Do you still pay data anymore? I don't even know. If so, Jack, is there a data plan?
I don't know.
What's my phone say?
I don't know how any of it works.
Has your tractor arrived?
No, tomorrow. I'll be late then, too. God. I got a question for you.
Should you have bought this house? I don't know. I'm beginning to think you should have
I already
bought
hate it. Yeah. I already hate it. I'm just going to lock myself in that safe we had that legal fight over and just shut the door behind me.
There you go.
And just dare the family to find me. They'll smell me eventually.
Eventually, they probably will.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. What's your question?
All right, here's the question. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
Which has the greater impact? A good person going bad or a bad person turning good?
Ooh. Wow, are you thinking about becoming good?
I'm not trying to do. I will tell you this was spurned about a story that I read about a gentleman who had changed his life. He's still in jail. He's going to die in jail.
Oh.
But he did change his life, and he's created this group of people in prison that have done these good things. And my thing was,
Jelly roll.
But he was a good guy gone bad. Right, so he was a guy who before was a good person. He got busted doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
Right.
So he's felt the gamut of both sides of this.
Right.
So I was trying to, what is more impactful? What do people remember more? What are they more motivated by to either avoid this kind of behavior or be attracted to this kind of behavior? That's kind of the question I have. Like, if you in your life were to reflect back and you were to think of people that you thought were good people that did something that was sketchy, was that a bigger impact than people that you thought were necessarily sketchy and then they did something good? Which was more surprising and which did you remember more? And is that a tell of your own personality? Which one affected you the most?
Or is it just something that has to do with like human psyche?
Yeah.
You know, the fight or flight, the survival instinct.
Yeah. So we'll go over that a little bit later. We have that answer maybe kind of bad about. See what people think about that. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. I've got some news for us.
Yeah, I do, including a story that just broke about an hour ago about a Pakistani national is now charged with an alleged plot to assassinate Donald Trump. Closer to home, Florida's governor goes off on Kamala Harris's vice presidential pick, and a very old message in a bottle is found on the Jersey Shore.
Really?
Yeah, wait till you hear how old this bad boy is.
It's a piece of paper that says, "How you doing?"
We'll talk about that more coming up next during Woke News, all right?
All right.
What are you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Where's the best pie?
Get my Camaro.
Jumpsuits on sale.
Exactly.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with Deb's News.
Bada bing.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Ranked by, I guess, tourist attractions in America. Some
It's got to be the Big D.
Which one?
The Big D.
What was that?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say it. I don't want to get in trouble. The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Delays continue this afternoon on I-4 between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road and between the Beach Line and 535. A serious crash on Orange Blossom Trail has blocked all southbound lanes on the roadway at Cinder Lane Parkway, which is between Clarkona-Ocoee Road and All-American Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Store. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only, offer ends 8/24, limit 10. Save big on back to school at Staples.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Thursday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. CamtechSchool.com.
Reserve now for Harry's Sip and Savor at Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill, Saturday, August 17th. Intoxicating cocktails with a dazzlingly creative menu. The summer edition of Sip and Savor pairs Chef Tello Luna and his team with special guest Pernod Ricard. For information and reservations, go to harryspoolside.com.
Chelsea here. Summer is winding down, and so are prices at the Renewal by Andersen end of summer window and door sale. Upgrade your home with custom Fibrix windows and doors. Whether you need custom energy efficient, hurricane resistant windows, or a stylish patio door, we've got you covered. A better way to a better window. Visit us at bestwindowsflorida.com for details. Transform your home before fall with the end of summer sale. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Thatmortgagguydon.com.
Hi, this is Kim Kardashian.
Lie. That's actually Michael Carbonaro.
I only perform magic for my cat.
Oh, another lie. He loves performing with a live audience.
My show has a lot of alligator wrestling.
Alligator? No, it will feature incredible magic.
It is a night of fun you don't want to miss.
Oh, yeah, finally something true. From the Carbonaro Effect. Magician Michael Carbonaro lies on stage. Must be 21 or older to attend.
Would I lie to you?
August 22nd, Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession, and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus special financing. Limited time. To learn more, visit one of our 10 Orlando Sleep Number stores or visit sleepnumber.com.
I'm Mo DeWitt, and the Just Call Mo Comedy Jam is back. Join us Thursday, September 5th at the Orlando Funny Bone. And remember, it's all for the Yellow Brick Road Foundation, a great local charity. Tickets start at just $20. Get yours today at mocomedyjam.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the tea from Perry every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, tea from Perry. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
Want more from the Jim Colbert Show? Online at JimColbertLive.com.
What up, guys? Sport from Duval. Jimmy, I think I got a solution to your house problem. Now, we all know in less than a year you're going to move. We know that. When that happens, buy a neighborhood. You got plenty of money. We know you can afford it. Buy the whole damn neighborhood every 4 months, move it to a different house. Problem solved.
Okay, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Not a bad idea, Jimmy.
It's just,
if you took all the houses you've lived in since we've been on the Jim Colbert Show,
it'd be
you
a small
could have
neighborhood.
It's a small, nice cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Complete with townhomes, lakeside homes with pools.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it.
Multiple wives, plenty of kids. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, not Texas. Text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there. Yep. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now,
don't move that off.
It's time
for
Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
It's about every 2 years, dude.
Yeah, something like that.
As always, Woke News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, like I said, this story literally just broke within the last hour. A Pakistani national with purported ties to Iran was arrested last month on charges he plotted to assassinate former President Donald Trump. and multiple other officials. That's according to a criminal complaint unsealed Tuesday in Brooklyn federal court. While the criminal complaint does not mention Trump by name, multiple sources familiar with the case told ABC News one of the intended targets of the alleged plot was Trump. After spending time in Iran, Asif Merchant flew from Pakistan to the U.S. to recruit hitmen to carry out the alleged plot. The person he contacted was a confidential informant working with the FBI, though, according to the criminal complaint. Now get this timing. Asif was arrested July 12th, one day prior to Trump's July 13th rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Where he was shot in the ear.
Wow.
Merchant, who's 46, is charged with murder for hire.
Good Lord.
All right, Tim Walz is heading to Pennsylvania for his first rally with Vice President Kamala Harris as her running mate. Harris reportedly told the Minnesota governor the news during a video call this morning. On X, Walz said it's an honor of a lifetime to join Harris in her campaign for the White House. Harris and Walz will hit more battleground states this week. University of Central Florida political scientist Aubrey Jewett calls Walz a solid choice for Harris.
On the personal side, of course, what I've read, and that's all we can go by is what we read, is that she was becoming increasingly more comfortable with Tim Walz the more she talked with him and spent some time with him. And I think that's important for president and vice president to feel comfortable with each other.
Dr. Jewett says Harris hopes Walz can appeal to blue-collar white males who have increasingly been trending towards supporting Donald Trump. Someone who's not happy with the choice includes Florida's governor, who's ripping into Harris's vice presidential pick. Ron DeSantis called Minnesota Governor Tim Walz a leftist who let the Black Lives Matter riots destroy one of his cities in 2020.
He sat back and let the city of Minneapolis burn. That city has been gutted as a result of those riots.
He says we do not need an America representing the failed policies of San Francisco and Minneapolis. Walz served in the House for a dozen years before being elected governor in 2018 and then reelected in 2022.
I'm willing to bet, and you know how tight I am on the dollar. I'm willing to bet all my money.
No.
That regardless of the pick, he would have had something negative to say about him.
Yeah.
I almost thought you had me there, Jack. Darn it.
Headlines prepared for everybody.
Exactly.
Got to be ready to go.
They didn't know what commercial to roll out with. They already got it out, but they didn't know.
Nobody's going to go, you know what, that's a fine pick, and I hope they do okay. Man, it's not going to be like that. I got bad news for you. The game has changed.
Speaking of bad news, man, all of us here have fallen in love with Savannah and Charleston and other areas in the southeast, and Tropical Storm Debbie is heading north after making landfall as a Category 1 hurricane Monday morning in Florida's Big Bend area. The National Hurricane Center says Debbie is moving across southeastern Georgia at just 6 miles per hour with forecast warning of major, possibly historic flooding throughout the southeast over the next several days. Jimmy, you said you were reading something about a potential dam collapse in South Carolina.
Yeah, I just read that right before we came on the air. There's a possibility they're telling certain areas to clear out. There's a possibility a dam could be breached.
Well, we know we have a listener, I believe his name is Chad, who listens from Charleston. Hopefully he'll weigh in and let us know what the conditions look like at 77031. At least 5 deaths, 4 here in Florida and another in Georgia, have already been blamed on the storm. The storm is projected to move offshore of Georgia's coast later today and then eventually move inland again over South Carolina on Thursday. This bad boy is expected to make it all the way up and impact weather in Boston.
Wow.
Water is the main problem left in the wake of Hurricane Debbie. Manatee County Sheriff Rick Wells says with road closures, they're still trying to get people home safely.
We've been involved in over 200 rescues in Manatee County. We still try to help people out who have forgotten medication in some of these areas, of going back to the flooded area and retrieving some of the items that they need.
Manatee County officials say after their 100-year flood brought them well over a foot of rain in over 2 days, not only did they rescue more than 200 people, but they also rescued 2 horses from high water as well. And
really?
That's just Manatee County. That doesn't count the rescues going on in Sarasota, Taylor County, Lafayette, just everywhere.
I saw a small farm in South Carolina had been flooded, and they had pig paddocks. Like, you know, they're raised up because it's low. So when it rains or gets flooded, and the pig paddocks are about an inch out of the water.
Oh.
And all the pigs around there, they're just kind of, they're staying there until they go and do what they got to do. Then they come right back.
Well, a group of Central Florida first responders are helping communities impacted by Tropical Storm Debbie. Task Force 4 is made up of officials from Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties. They're currently conducting search and rescue operations on the state's Gulf Coast, specifically in Sarasota County. Crews initially started their efforts in the Big Bend, where Debbie made landfall. The region has been hit by hurricanes 2 years in a row.
Man.
Like that whole Cedar Key area.
Yeah.
Which is just so beautiful.
In the water, it's just so much water.
It's
like I saw
water.
Cedar Key today, it's like a foot and a half of water. Guys knee high in water walking around. And it was a tropical storm. But it hit as a 1, though, right?
It hit as a 1, but still.
Just a rainmaker, right?
It's just a rainmaker. But as we saw with Harvey in Houston and now Debbie.
Yeah.
Now, Central Florida, speaking of animals, a Central Florida Animal Shelter is helping animals who are in the path of Debbie. The Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals of Brevard sent crews to the Big Bend over the weekend to rescue dogs who are expected to face impacts from the storm. Officials were able to save 16 dogs in Madison County before bringing them back to Titusville to weather out the system. You know, we've talked to Kathy Burns at the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando, and they talk about this co-op much like how we have with power companies, right? Shelters and rescues call each other when they need help. The animals are expected to be available for adoption soon.
Nice.
All right, there may be slightly good news when it comes to the rest of the hurricane season.
Okay.
Colorado State University experts. I know we don't like taking our hurricane news from Colorado unless it's good.
He stopped his ski trip to send out this tropical weather report.
Well, they've actually reduced the number of named storms from 25 back to the 23 they initially forecast before the season started.
Oh, book the cruise.
However, they are maintaining their projections of 12 hurricanes and 6 of them becoming at least a Category 3.
Got it.
They say sea surface temperatures in the tropical Atlantic and Caribbean, we talked about this, remain near record highs. Looking at temps that we wouldn't see until September, October.
Right,
We've been seeing since June.
Yeah.
La Nina still anticipated for the peak of the season. She's on Latin time. She's going to show up whenever she damn well feels
it's
like
fashionable.
The scientists say there is a 56% chance of at least one major hurricane will hit the continental U.S. coastline, with a 38% chance of the Gulf Coast from Florida's Panhandle to Brownsville, Texas.
Yeah. Code Black has, we have a Code Black way that we can tell if the summer's hotter than normal.
Yeah.
It's when we can go into his pool and it's manageable. Usually it takes to like the middle to the end of August or the middle of August or so before the water becomes so warm it's not refreshing. This year it was July 26th.
Really?
Where the temperature to breach like 89 degrees
Oh,
in the
that's a bathtub.
in a swimming pool.
Ugh.
So that's how we can tell it's like getting hotter earlier, is because his pool used to be like we could manage it until like the middle of August, which is when school would start anyway, and our like little pool parties would be. But usually during Labor Day, the pool would not even be usable because it was so warm. It was that way a month ago.
What do? Put ice cubes in it?
No, we just don't go in.
That's what you call Florida science right there. You know you have to flee a hurricane when the Waffle House closes.
Right.
And whether or not climate change exists is whether or not Code Black has a comfortable pool.
And I just found out also, I just saw a little blurb from our campground we just left. They got murdered.
Oh, no,
Like, down
really?
trees, no power, flooded, the whole 9 yards.
Glad you get out of there when you did, right?
24 hours.
Oh, man. That's all the difference it makes. Well, not everything about hurricanes is bad, because U.S. Border Patrol is launching an investigation after Debbie made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane and managed to wash 70 pounds of booger sugar onto a South Florida beach.
Oh, yeah, baby.
A Good Samaritan made the discovery yesterday morning in the Florida Keys. There were 25 packages of cocaine.
Oh, yeah. That's the magic number, by the way. Easier to offload packets of 5.
And they have an estimated street value of over $1 million. Maybe it's just me, but that sounds like a BOGO.
Oof, those things are biting, huh?
I guess, but $1 million, that doesn't sound like a lot. I guess till you cut it and then sell it.
Also, the packages could have been relatively smaller. Couldn't have been. They weren't full keys, you know. These are just packages of cocaine. I lost them out there months ago.
You've been waiting to get them back?
Hey, they're in balloons.
Well, there are new details in that deadly ambush that killed a Lake County deputy. The sheriff's office says more than 20 guns, conspiracy theory-related literature, and gas masks were found inside the Eustis home where the incident took place last Friday night. Lake County Sheriff Peyton Grinnell says 48-year-old Julie Sulpizio lured deputies to her property while her husband and 2 adult daughters waited with firearms pointed at the door.
She states that she was trying to lure the neighbors to her residence so that Michael could kill them. She was not successful because of our deputies.
Yeah, the family members who were later found dead with self-inflicted gunshot wounds are accused of killing Deputy Bradley Link, like you said. He went in thinking he was doing a well-being check, and they just ambushed him from the second he walks in.
Yeah, what happened was this older woman went down and started a fight with
this
the
48-year-old woman.
Went down and started a fight with the neighbors, and were trying to lure the neighbors in. The neighbors called the cops. The cops came down, put her in cuffs, and
Baker acted her. And then that's when they went down to check on the rest of the family for a wellness check, because the woman was saying crazy stuff. The cops actually thought her family was going to be in trouble. That's what they thought. She sounded so nuts with the stuff she was saying. Helen of God, and she works for God.
Exactly. That they actually went down to do a wellness check to make sure the family was okay, and then of course wound up getting ambushed and executed.
Yeah, well, and thankfully, now the neighbors are recognizing that those deputies really were the difference maker in saving their lives.
Yeah,
because they've called them weird. Apparently, her husband Michael had recently reportedly threatened to kill children as well as a dog. So investigators say that she is facing several charges, including premeditated first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer, 7 counts of attempted murder, and State Attorney Bill Gladson says she could get the death penalty. In the meantime, help continues to pour in for the family of that fallen Lake County deputy. A GoFundMe page for Bradley Link's wife and others has raised over $123,000, up from $111 yesterday. A processional was also held yesterday. The body of the 28-year-old was brought from the medical examiner's office in Leesburg to Becker Funeral Home in Claremont. And if you were able to see any local news coverage of it, it was poignant to see law enforcement officers from all over Florida standing in the rain while this procession took place. Barely anyone held an umbrella. They just stood there with either saluting or honoring as the hearse drove by. Link will be laid to rest this weekend after a funeral at Real Life Church in Claremont, and that is located on Steves Road. Another story that we have covered before, and I know thoroughly frosted my flakes, I believe it frosted yours as well, Jimmy, is that Flagler County teenager. Yeah. Facing up to 3 decades in prison after a teacher's aide was attacked at a school last year. Brendan Deppa is expected to receive his sentencing today after pleading no contest in connection to the incident at Matanzas High School in Palm Coast in February 23, when he was 17 years old and already built like an NFL linebacker. This kid was huge.
Yeah, blindside.
Huge. And the teacher's aide that he hit was all of maybe 5'2", 5'3". The teen's attorneys claim Deppa is autistic, and he acted out after the employee took his Nintendo Switch, something the victim said never happened. The victim explained in a previous court hearing how the attack left her with hearing loss, vision impairment, and broken ribs. If you've ever seen the attack on video, he launches her into the air, and after she hits the ground, she doesn't move again.
And then even after he jumps on top of her and still continues to hit her, 2 people tried to intervene. They pulled him away. He clawed his way back to her.
And was kicking her.
She was down.
Yeah.
When he hit her, it looked so fake. Like, it looked like it was in zero gravity. Like there was zero resistance. She just flew across the room.
She didn't know she was being, like you said, it was blindsided. Deppa was charged as an adult and, again, could spend as much as 30 years behind bars. If you thought Mr. 305 was done, guess again.
This guy.
Guess again, because Florida International University Panthers are paws up for a new 5-year naming rights partnership with Miami rapper Pitbull.
It's my great honor to officially announce a partnership unique to the 305 with a worldwide brand. FIU football stadium will now be called Pitbull Stadium.
FIU Athletics Director Scott Carr made the announcement with Mr. 305 in the house. Pitbull said he didn't graduate high school or college, but
that's perfect.
That's so perfect.
But a teacher told him he was talented and gave him hope.
What a great speech.
He now wants to give back and inspire FIU students. Hey guys, he didn't graduate high school or college, and he could buy all of our cars and then some.
So please, let that inspire you. Please let that inspire you. Let the fact that I dropped out of high school and I did not go to college, you know, what we're sitting in, we didn't do any of that, and we are multimillionaires. So please go out there and work your ass off 10 hours a day, ignore your family, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to buy one of the tires from one of the cars in my 60-car garage. Good luck, FIU. But that's what I want. FUIU. How about that? God almighty, how dumb. Hey, he's proud that he says. This guy said he's proud of it.
A teacher said something nice to me once, so be nice to your teacher.
Right, exactly.
A teacher said he's talented, gave him hope.
What a great story. That's
All
the
right.
best story of the day, by the way.
Oh, come on, man. Let me have one
Sorry.
more. All
Move on.
right. A woman has found a bottle with a message in it while walking along the shore in Ocean City, New Jersey.
And I heard what it said was, whatever you do, listen to Pitbull when it comes to life advice.
No, but it might just be might just set a world record for the oldest message in a bottle ever found.
Really?
Yeah. The antiquated green corked bottle was found last month by Amy Smythe Murphy and was inscribed with the words Bar and Brother Philadelphia. Now, that's a mid-19th century business. Inside were several items, including a business card belonging to William and John Clem, two brothers who ran a furnishing goods company in Philadelphia until 1881.
Oh, no.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Really?
Smythe Murphy says she has applied to have the bottle vetted by Guinness World Records. How does a bottle from before 1881 on the Jersey Shore
Just bobble along for over 100 years.
well over 100 years? I mean, it's not like Ocean City, New Jersey isn't a popular location and has been for decades upon decades upon decades.
Right, yeah.
How did this bad boy go hidden so long, Jack?
Very cool.
Maybe it was sunk on a ship and then you just
kinda-
popped up. Wait, no. Someone would have. So it was a message in a bottle,
and it was corked.
So it wouldn't be.
Well, theoretically,
on a ship.
well, I
someone
mean,
would have tossed.
But
it.
you can throw she could have easily thrown that overboard, no
Yeah.
question. I mean, but you also could have waited out as far as you could and thrown out.
But just bobbling out
Yeah.
there in the water
For 130
100
years?
Yeah, since before 1881.
Hey, good Lord of mercy.
It'd be interesting to find out what date they're going to come up with. But either way, now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb.
You're welcome.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. A little Burger King order went a little awry. I'll tell you how next. Stay tuned for this.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
It's not just sprinters and swimmers getting the spotlight in Paris. Some smaller sports like fencing get worldwide exposure once every 4 years.
I think everyone's kind of excited to see it in the world stage because it is a kind of niche sport.
Texas State fencer Chris Tiemann says he's using the games to get people interested in the sport. Just last week, Lee Kiefer became the first American to win gold at 2 straight Olympic Games.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. This is Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Tuesday evening forecast. We're going to keep the clouds from Debbie still around, but slowly going to start to see those conditions improve. Scattered shower or two as we head through the rest of the evening as those outer bands of Debbie finally push out of Central Florida. And we're going to keep that warm tropical air in play for the rest of the overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow. Overnight tonight, looking at a low of 81 degrees with a high of 94 for your Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school, including tech. Right now, get up to $300 off select PCs at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. Offer ends 8/24. Save big on back to school at Staples.
Let International Diamond Center put some sizzle in your relationship this summer with free financing, free dinner, and a free romantic getaway. Now through August 31st at IDC, with any qualifying jewelry purchase, you'll get 0 interest financing for 24 months, plus a gift card for dinner valued at $150, plus a 3-night getaway to places like Nashville, Las Vegas, Miami, Hilton Head, or how about a Caribbean cruise on us? Get to IDC now for all the details and check out our special pricing on all fashion jewelry, all wedding bands, engagement rings, and luxury timepieces. See why IDC is the area's premier jeweler, locally owned, internationally connected with no-nonsense pricing games, no pressure, no commission salespeople, and service for life on any purchase. How about a Tacori ring or a 5-carat tennis bracelet or a pre-owned Rolex? Spice things up with IDC's Summer of Romance offer. Free financing, free dinner for two, and a free romantic getaway. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations. Minimum purchase required on approved credit. See store for details.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
And now, another insurance story from...
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to this station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman, Office Winter Park.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
Reserve your spot now for the exclusive event of summer at Harry's Sip and Savor at Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill. Join us Saturday, August 17th at the Rosen Center Hotel for an exclusive pairing event combining intoxicating cocktails with a dazzlingly creative menu. This summer edition of Sip and Savor pairs renowned chef Tello Luna and his team with special guest Pernod Ricard. For information and reservations, go to harryspoolside.com. That's harryspoolside.com.
Don't miss TK Law. Trendley Kramer Law calls every Wednesday at 8:35 on the Monsters in the Morning. Ray Trendley and the Monsters will be discussing all things law, from the latest celebrity legal troubles to what's going on out there. Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Miss part of the show? The Jim Colbert Show on Demand. Available on the free iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. We'll have What You Do That's New at the top of the hour. We'll go over Jack's Choice, 3 short videos about the Olympics and we'll find out who our celebrity chooser is. I don't even know.
Are they short enough?
Yeah, they're good. I'm done.
The videos. Oh, you did
Yeah,
them
they're
all.
very, I had I've got like a minute left on the bed one. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very
I told
interesting.
you you're going to learn a lot. I didn't want to skip that one because we talked about the bed, but not in depth. So
Yeah.
it's an interesting one.
It is. I mean, obviously, we'll get to it in a second, and we can talk about all that stuff there. But yeah, very unique, and it's good to see the engineering is different on that stuff now, so it's not so wasteful. God, I hate the fact.
Yeah.
I got so fast. By the way, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. I got so fascinated / I mean, not sad. I'm not going to get emotionally attached to anything like that, but it does seem like when you get some of these countries, and we hear in the news that they, for lack of a better word, not be able to make ends meet for some of their communities. Some of their communities live in extreme poverty, and then they're building stadiums for people to run in for 10 days. And hundreds of millions, billions of dollars spent on these things that'll get used for 10, 12, 14 days and then basically ignored. And it doesn't. I'm not making this up. You can go to Google and just Google old Olympic facilities, and you can see them just basically rotting away. I mean, Sochi. I mean, just the ones that were just recently just haven't been used, and it's cool to see an idea of them not disposing of all of these things they make, and it just kind of turning into a fast fashion kind of experience, which is not good.
Well,
I mean,
sustainability has to be, I think, the way going forward, right?
Yeah, sure.
And well, I know we're going to talk about it at the top of the hour, but it's not what we've been sold. Let's just put it that way.
It's not. And, again, I think that, we've mentioned this just the other day, and I think it's been thrown out there that, you go to, I think that if the IOC, which is the the International Olympic Committee, if they were kind of to sit down and make a decision on how, continentally we could come up with 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 8 or 10 places or whatever, much like they do with the U.S. Open for golf, and find cities that, Paris, London, L.A., we can do it here in America, and a couple places, Atlanta could easily hold that, and just kind of rotate between those spots so that all of those countries could get the benefit of the revenue that comes in for these events, and of course the media that comes in for these events and stuff. But man, to build facilities to handle games like this and people like this for such a short period of time and then just basically watch it rot away seems unbelievably, it just does not seem logical at all.
I'm curious, if you build the infrastructure, just say the infrastructure there for the Paris Games, right?
Yes.
So then you pop around continent to continent and you come back there in 16, 20 years.
Right.
How much do you have to invest to get them up to snuff?
Maybe that's something
I'm
that's
sure
just
it's less, but I wonder there would be a cost associated.
Yeah,
with
maybe
that.
that's just maintained. And again, I think that if the IOC has that fund, that would be almost like not a NATO thing, but just to get an understanding between the major countries that throw these, that everybody kind of has some skin in the game, and that way the facilities don't have to be continually rebuilt. Now, I know that this particular Olympics, that a lot of the facilities for living are going to be used for housing after the fact.
Yeah.
We've learned about that. That's a great idea.
Absolutely.
And again, I think that's something that can kind of catch on. But if you're doing that, when people come back in, those houses that were used, now have people in them, and you need places for the athletes to stay. So you're back at square one, unless you tell all those people, hey, every 4 years or every 20 years, you have to clear out. I don't know how you'll handle that, but it is interesting. And the games have been a lot of fun. Did you watch any yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all day yesterday?
No.
Yeah. What were you guys yelling about out there? Were you watching some game stuff out there?
There was a race going on.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, I won't. And so, as I mentioned yesterday, so these Paris 6 hours ahead. I mean, you wake up in the morning, they are already live until about, you think 4 p.m. our time? Like right now, our time is 9:50 in Paris at night. So that's the very end of anything happening live. And then, but what NBC does is they show all that live. And then at night, they'll take the highlights from the entire day and package up that 3.5 hour primetime programming, narrated, Mike Tirico in there, interviews, features,
right,
and those results. So you kind of get it all condensed in a nice primetime package. However, if you're watching it live, you are actually witnessing some of the events that they're going to show later tonight. That's why, for me, it's important not to give those spoilers, because I do my best to avoid them, certain results, because there's another level of excitement when you are watching it and you don't know, and you are rooting for that person to to take them on the home stretch, and it's just crazy.
Some of these finals are great. And I know that. Have you heard about this wrestler that we have? Amit Elor, Amitelor, undefeated. Okay. She's never lost in 5 years.
Right.
I think she goes for a final tonight. She's never lost in her entire career. She's never lost a match.
I'm still coming across sports. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they did this.
Man, and there's stories out there that because especially when the gymnastics and the swimming hit, because those are the names you see as part of our media pushes. You see Katie Ledecky doing American Express commercials. You see Simone Biles doing commercials. You see these people out there. You know their names, but they're not going to have Amit Elor, a wrestler who's 20 years old, but she's never lost, an incredible athlete, but it doesn't translate because female wrestling isn't like a thing,
Yeah. Ryan Krauser might pop up on some commercials, but until they put his name up and explain who he is, you wouldn't know he is the first 3-time gold medalist in shot put for Team USA.
Incredible. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
And nobody knows. I mean, we talked about that lady, the Hulk. Haven't heard anything about her. And the female shot put, remember the one we were talking about a little bit before?
Yeah.
And then the Olympics can create some people. Of course, the French pole vaulter, he's experiencing that right now.
Oh, I have an update on that in the Olympic
update.
Today.
Very nice. That's the guy who pole vaulted.
Yeah.
And then
a Frenchman named Johnson.
Right. And then that nerd, the Palmerhurst nerd.
Yeah.
That guy, they turned that guy into a superstar. He's like a bispectacled Clark Kent-esque kind of figure. He does one thing.
He's almost blind without his glasses.
Exactly.
Yet.
And now you're seeing the stories of the celebs that are kind of dipping in to see certain events and then dipping out. I guess Scotty Scheffler, who is the golfer here that's won the gold medal for the U.S. Of course, I think he's the most dominant player in the world right now, number one player in the world. Snuck in to see some of the women's finals. I saw Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was there.
Snuck in to see some women's finals. So very cool
Tom
stuff.
Cruise was there first week.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah.
But it's kind of cool how they kind of dip in and dip out like that. That'd be kind of awesome. Are you really going to go in L.A.?
That's my plan. Yeah, I've always wanted to do it, and then
no reason not to.
Yeah, and I mean Atlanta '96 is as close as I've been, and but
do you know anybody out there?
Afford that. I do. My nephew lives out there, actually.
The thing is knowing somebody out there that you can kind of crash with, so you don't have to pay for those. You don't have to pay for the stuff because it's expensive out there.
I know. I figure if I just start saving now, and that's the goal of it. If I have that money saved, then I just, it's an experience, right?
Well, I mean, you'd have to pick and choose your schedule and games. That would be very difficult.
You want between availability, scheduling. It's hard now when I'm just picking what I'm going to watch, let alone get the ticket, go there, watch it, witness it, and then, deal with all the stuff that goes around it. But it's something I want to experience. And I think L.A., it's,
it would be a very cool setting.
It could be another 20 years or so. Well, I think in 1932, I believe in 2032, we'll have these winter games at Salt Lake again.
For the 100-year, I know that this is the 100-year for Paris.
Right.
Because they had them there in 1924. So,
Well, it was. It hasn't been. They were in Salt Lake, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
30 or so.
And then Lake Placid in the 80s or late 90s?
Yeah, 1980 was Lake Placid,
Yeah, because that was the Miracle on Ice.
Games. Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Take a little break. We'll come back with What'd You Do That's New. We'll find out what Jack had to offer. We'll go over that, and we'll find out who our celebrity chooser is. We'll do that next.
This season, Real Radio 104.1 is the Orlando radio home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hear every game here, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucs.
Delays continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound by the major attractions exits. Looking at heavy traffic this afternoon on Orange Blossom Trail, there's a crash blocking all northbound lanes between Colonial Drive and Princeton Street. A crash still closes all southbound lanes between Clarkona-Ocoee Road and All-American Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Guys, whatever you do, do not wait to make just see if your AC will make it through the summer. Don't do that. Get a preventive maintenance plan from our friends over at Mills Air and be guaranteed that your AC will be good all summer long. That's what they do here in Central Florida. And they've been doing this for 30 plus years. Let them use that experience to make sure your AC never quits on you. These techs can service any brand out there. And Mills Air, these guys are Carrier factory authorized dealer. That's important because that could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to Mills Air. These guys are family owned and operated, and you are going to love doing business with them. Call them today and schedule that appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Find them online easily at millsair.com.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
I'm Mo DeWitt, and the Just Call Mo Comedy Jam is back. Join us Thursday, September 5th at the Orlando Funny Bone. And remember, it's all for the Yellow Brick Road Foundation, a great local charity. Tickets start at just $20. Get yours today at mocomedyjam.com.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 Gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 Gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-888-201-7080. Call now, and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-888-201-7080 now to secure your 1904p $20 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-888-201-7080.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, Go to iHeartResults.com.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. More Jim Colbert Show in 3, 2, 1.
Here we go, Dan. You want to leave a talk back for the show, you can do that. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and send your comment on down the line. It's so easy.
And it's free.
It's free. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Jack. Let's do What You Do That's New. Although I like this jam.
Yeah, that was nice.
Whatever that is.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new. Hey, if we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Clausman. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. Are you okay?
Yes, I am. Just a little heat rising.
Are you fluffing your boobs?
Not fluffing. Just
what are
fanning.
you doing? Fanning the boobs. All right, very nice. All right.
Fanning.
All right, what'd you do that's new?
Don't mess with her, Jim. I learned this one.
Every Tuesday.
When a woman is fanning herself, you just give her her space.
Don't even make eye contact.
I will not do that. Are you glistening?
I am a bit misty.
Yeah, very nice. I like that.
Play Misty for me.
All right, every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, What'd You Do That's New? A member of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We'll convene on that following Tuesday to go over it and then find out who the person or what the person is offering for the next Tuesday. Now, it's just 3 of us now, so we have an empty seat over there. Well, Ross would have been making the choice for next week. We have a celebrity guest. Jack knows who that is. I do not.
I don't either.
And we'll find out who that is and what they have to offer in 1 second. First things first, it is Jack's choice. Jack?
Yeah, for this week, I wanted to give you something that was timely and associated with the Olympics. So it's scoured YouTube. I watched a lot more than what I assigned, and I wanted to keep it within reason. So total length is just over 15 minutes. For these 3 different videos. One is a little on the history of the Olympics. One is more focused on the Paris Games, and one specifically on what they've been dubbed the anti-sex beds. These are are twin beds made out of cardboard, but learned some interesting things about that as well. So, in total, you're looking at less than 16 minutes of content, but covering all those areas about the Olympics.
All right.
And I enjoyed it, learned some stuff from it myself, and thought it would be fun to share.
Okay, before we go forward, I want to ask you guys individually, what did you think was the most revealing thing of all 3 videos? If you were to collectively look at all 3 and the most surprising fact from each one, what would you think that would be?
The first one.
Which would be what was the
Olympic history?
That was the Olympic history, because I didn't realize how young the Olympics are.
Yeah.
Because we've always known that they started in ancient Greece. And I just always assumed that it was, maybe not in the Middle Ages and then the Renaissance, but I just assumed that the Olympics were part of our collective history a lot longer than they are. And it makes sense why Paris is in 2024, because it was a Frenchman who revived it in the late 1800s. So to find out how young the Olympics are, I was fascinated by that. And also, the host of that clip made a really good point about it being a larger collective than just the athletics that happens at the Olympics. So many Olympics in our lifetime and in lifetimes before us were defined by those political moments. Jesse Owens winning 4 golds in front of Hitler when he's trying to
roll out the Aryan nation.
Use the Olympics as propaganda for his belief in the Aryan nation. And here comes this black American who just kicks his ass all over Germany.
It wasn't even close to
4 gold medals.
It was such a lambasting.
From that to the miracle on ice, which we all lived under. If you lived under the Cold War and you remember the tensions between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. The beds was fascinating just because what a great product that hasn't hit the U.S. market yet. You think cardboard, and then you see how they're engineered right down to the mattress, stuff we can't do with our mattresses.
the mattress, that's fascinating and now commercially available. And
Right.
that was extremely interesting.
Yeah.
But a cardboard bed being able to support a 300-pound athlete.
Amazing.
Well, there's 2 full-grown men jumping on it.
Yeah.
And it was just fine. I still didn't understand the no sex part, but we'll get that in a second.
I didn't either.
Because they didn't really mention of why it would be a no sex bed. But hold on for a second, because I wanted to. What was your number one thing? Like of all the information you got from your 16 minutes of video, what was the one thing that surprised you the most?
It's hard to remember because I watched like twice as many videos as these 3.
Yeah.
But I think it was a lot on the history of the games and how one of the interesting things I thought they agreed to, okay, we're going to bring back the games. So that's why when they refer to the modern Olympics, they're the ones that started in 1896 and continue until today.
Right.
And the ancient games that was Greece thousands of years ago.
And everybody was nude and wrestling, and it turned into
it naked.
And I believe, if I remember correctly, that women were not allowed to attend the ancient games. It was punishable by death.
Yeah. And
so hot.
That when they met in Paris. They're like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to start the games in 1900 in Paris, and then 4 years earlier, they're like, no, we're going to do it in Greece first.
Yeah, which makes
it's
sense.
ancient Greece. So they held the games in Greece in 1896. 1900, it was Paris. 1924, and then this year, 2020.
Right. The most impressive thing I saw out of the entire thing is this. No Olympic Games back in the day, when you learned about the history, no professional athletes. Right? This was supposed to be.
Oh my gosh!
This was supposed to be the bastion for amateur athletes. Well, they changed that. But before they changed that, there was an American athlete that I know a little bit about that dominated the Olympic Games. But then they found out after the fact that he was a professional baseball player, and they stripped him of all of his medals.
Jim Thorpe.
Jim Thorpe then goes on to go, okay, then I will just do it myself, and I'll create a little thing you might have heard of called the NFL.
I had no idea that the NFL had history in the Olympics.
Now, the crazy thing is, NFL more than likely winds up getting created, or something of that faction, some kind of professional football league probably winds up happening because there's money involved. So it's going to happen. But the fact that it took this Olympic snub to move Jim Thorpe forward, and by the way, if you've never read about Jim Thorpe, one of the greatest athletes our country has ever produced in the history of our country. Guy was a monster, like a monster athlete. And for him to go off and then create basically the NFL out of the dust of this suspension is a really cool factoid.
And for anybody who wants to watch these 3 videos, Jack has put up a link at JimColbertLive.com. Just go to the master list. What'd you do that's new? That's what I do. You
just click right on them and watch them.
Yep, just click right through.
Man, it was really, really interesting. And they talked about it's so funny, the Japanese guy who's part of the company that creates the sexless beds or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, his entire last 30 seconds was a pitch to sell.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, man, we must get into a market.
Well,
we must get in the U.S. market.
What I thought was really funny was when the interviewer said, so you're taking on the Caspers, the purple beds. And he said, yeah, those companies are really good at marketing.
Right, yeah, something we need to work on.
Because what I thought was fascinating is that, this whole time I'm thinking, God, these are the world's premier athletes, and you're putting them on a cardboard bed. And then you see that the bed is actually engineered by a couple of architects. So like you said, doesn't even creak with 2 grown men jumping on it. And then those 3 individual mattress pads, which would allow you
can switch them to make them hard, soft, firm, medium firm.
Exactly. And then how they have AI scan each individual athlete and tell them how they should arrange their bed cushions for maximum comfort. I could see that bed making big inroads in the American market. It's just sustainable.
I looked at it. First thing I did when I looked at the bed thing, went, oh, they're sleeping on couches. Because like the 3 cushions of a couch, a normal size couch is kind of what it looked like, a backless couch.
And it looked like maybe a 4-inch cushion. If you saw that as a mattress, you'd be like, too thin.
Yeah,
nope,
dude,
not going to do it.
But those fiber beds or those foam beds, that compressed foam, that dense foam.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you get a pad that is my size, and that thing weighs 60 pounds.
But this thing, they're washable.
Yeah.
And so those mattresses, they're going to repurpose them. I think they're going to the French Army.
Yeah.
And then the bed frames themselves can be all recycled.
Yeah.
But I think it got the moniker anti-sex just because it looks like, that's a twin bed on cardboard. It's not a bed built for,
Yeah. Unfortunately, I saw two people do it in a portalet at Ozfest.
Yeah. Well,
so everything's sex full.
where there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly.
I want to know what the French said. What the French said across the headboard, because I was thinking, is that a no something zone? What does that translate to?
Right.
Because if there's a will, there's a way. There's enough there to hang on to.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's a story out there. Well, did you see? Is it the swimmer, the Argentine swimmer? I'll tell you about it a little bit later.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. And again, I mean, it's just one of those things where, as we're watching this, I'm like, God, the history of this is great. And the cool thing is, going back to the historical part of it, is they do have drawings and illustrations of the original games and what it looked like, and it's bananas. It just really is the whole thing. And some of the games they used to play and how they decided who plays what, and women just got equality. This is the most equal games.
Yeah, 50 male.
It's 50-50, yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly 50-50 for the first time ever, I believe.
And the other thing I really like, too, is the refugee team. I thought was super, super cool, because you imagine all of those athletes from all the different countries that are being war-torn right now, who have not only no home to go home to, but there's no way to celebrate what they, their athletic skill. And by the way, married women were not allowed to participate or watch the ancient Olympic Games. However, unmarried women could attend the competition.
Oh, I bet they could. And I bet they did.
Did they have art in the history video? Did they talk about art?
No.
Okay, this was the other video I watched. So art was actually not only part of the Olympics, but they would compete and they would get medals for art as well. And they had there was one athlete, when he was too old to compete, he then entered as an artist and ended up winning gold there. They discontinued art, I think it was in the 30s, as being part of it, but also wiped out those records from counting towards medals for a country.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, so...
art should not be art is not an athletic event.
Well, no, but what... Well, they talk about it just being this, culmination of countries and world culture and stuff. Yeah. And so that's what these Paris games, they reintroduced. There's art there. It's just not a competitive event.
Right, yeah. I think actually it's been the culture aspect of it has been part of the Olympics since I can remember, going back to the Atlanta games. I mean, I remember it just being here but even going back farther, the culture's been such a big part of the game's story, wherever the games are held, that particular culture in Rio, whether it be in Paris, whatever the case may be. Sochi, you learn about those cultures, which I absolutely love.
It's fascinating. And then learning about why the colors were picked for the rings.
Right, exactly, yeah.
How was that set up?
It's supposed to be, it's a one ring for each continent. And they put us together, North and South America, they put us together.
And at one time, each flag on the planet had one of those 5 colors.
Right, yeah.
It was...
crazy, man.
It was.
Those are worth watching, I got to tell you.
You do learn a lot.
Those are worth watching. Go check them out again.
You learn a lot.
The What'd You Do That's New... The What'd You Do That's Moo. The What'd You Do That's New master list at JimColbertLive.com. Give it a shot, and I think you'll enjoy it. Jack, who do we have? Who is our celebrity guest this week? You son of a bitch.
Here is the pick. In their own words, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the truth dragon, Mr. Scott Maxwell.
Hey there, Colbert clan. I know the last time Jim asked me to come up with one of these, I ended up suggesting a piece of long-form journalism that basically made you guys want to blow your brains out, or maybe just mine. So this time, I am keeping it simple and timely. What I've got is an 8-minute YouTube clip of some big-time poker bluffs. I know Jim and I are both card fans, and this seemed like perfect thing to check out heading into the big WTKS poker tourney. I will say that I don't think these hands are necessarily the biggest or best bluffs of all time, but one thing that does tie all 5 of these hands together is that in each one, the bluffer ended up turning over their cards at the end to basically rub it in their opponent's faces. So check it out, and remember to get your money in good.
So I will have that link on our site, and Scott will join us next Tuesday when we review it, if Jim is done watching it by the time we do the segment.
Check, I'm watching it next break.
and it'll also be right before the poker tournament, because that's the week of our poker tournament, which is a week from Saturday.
It sure is. All right, good. That's the master list. What'd you do that's new? JimColbertLive.com. And speaking of the poker tournament, after this break, we'll tell you we have some magical news. We'll do that next.
What?
What'd you do that's new? Brought to you by Glenn Klausman. KLAESNANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com.
Bye.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Delays continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound by the major attractions exits. Looking at heavy traffic this afternoon on Orange Blossom Trail, there's a crash blocking all northbound lanes between Colonial Drive and Princeton Street. A crash still closes all southbound lanes between Clarkona-Ocoee Road and All-American Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Listen up, guys. If you have plans to sell your home for any reason at all, take a few minutes before you do that and learn about the Nickley Group. These guys are changing the real estate game. Stress-free, innovative real estate solutions for sellers and buyers. And by the way, the rumors going around, the market around here softening. Not true. Homes in Orlando still selling for record prices. So look, if you are considering for any reason selling your home, downsizing, relocating, maybe you need just a bigger home as your family expands, contact the Nickley Group before you make that move. Because not only does the Nickley Group sell homes on average for 6% more, they sell them twice as fast as well. More money in your pocket quicker. That's good. And check out what you can do at their website. You can get your home valued instantly. You can actually get a guaranteed cash offer or list your home today. Do that at thenicklygroup.com. 3,000 5-star reviews. They know what they're doing. So if you're longing for that next level real estate experience, and which includes some cool stuff, mortgage services, moving assistance, marketing, and a team of realtors, it is simple. It's the Nickley Group. That's thenicklygroup.com. NICKLEY group.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Audible is a proud partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, plus podcasts and originals, all in one easy app. Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Reserve your spot now for the exclusive event of summer at Harry's Sip and Savor at Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill. Join us Saturday, August 17th at the Rosen Center Hotel for an exclusive pairing event combining intoxicating cocktails with a dazzlingly creative menu. This summer edition of Sip and Savor pairs renowned chef Tello Luna and his team with special guest Pernod Ricard. For information and reservations, go to harryspoolside.com. That's harryspoolside.com.
Need a break from the dog days of summer? Relief from high interest rates, high prices, and even higher temperatures? International Diamond Center is here to help with lower prices, free financing, and a free romantic getaway. It's IDC's Summer of Savings event going on now through August 31st. Special pricing across the board on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, designer fashion jewelry, colored gemstone jewelry, and incredible Swiss watches. Make any qualifying purchase now and IDC will give you 24 months zero-interest financing, plus a free romantic dinner and a 3-night luxury getaway to places like Las Vegas, Miami, Nashville, or the cool Smoky Mountains. We've even got a 4-night Caribbean cruise. So instead of sizzling in the heat, put some sizzle in your relationship. Get the guaranteed best value price, free dinner, a free vacation, and free 24 months no interest financing. Now through the end of August only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations. Minimum purchase required on approved credit. See store for details.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves? Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text PREP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text PREP to 42424. That's PREP to 42424.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the Tea from Perry every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Tea from Perry. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Take us with you for free on the iHeartRadio app.
What's up, Colbert crew? It's Sean in Daytona here. Yeah, pretty cool story. Back in '96, when the Olympic torch was passed off in Daytona Beach at the band shell on its way to Atlanta, I was part of a volunteer band that got to play the Olympic fanfare in March and the Star Spangled Banner and some other songs. It was a pretty neat moment, something I'll never forget. Thought it was pretty neat. Kind of went over with all the topics today. Thanks.
Hey there, Jim Colbert team. It is Sarah. So I went to go put on the live stream to check you guys out. And, yeah, I had to do a double take. I actually kind of got a little scared of your co-host there. He's a little too evil looking, like he wants to steal Christmas or something. I don't know, go figure. But, yeah, that was a surprise. So thanks for that. Bye.
He just got back from vacation, you guys. Give him a break.
Had a lot of beers, guys. Come on. Had a lot of beers. It has that effect on me, actually. That's what I look like every morning when I wake up. That's what my personality looks like right now. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Those are talkbacks. You can leave one as well. Get that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get it down on the air for you in no time at all.
Yeah, we will.
I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
She mentioned our guest in studio. If you go to JimColbertLive.com right now and you click right through to our YouTube feed, which we appreciate, give us a like and subscribe while you're hanging out.
Pretty please.
We've talked about this gentleman before, Jeff Jones, who is not only a very talented performer, stand-up here in town, he's also a talented writer. Mm-hmm. He is the creator of the Animatronicans, which is what I think is one of the greatest shows to ever hit the Fringe Festival. It's absolutely hilarious. I mean, he's a really, really talented, sweet dude. And he kind of turned from all of that stuff I just mentioned into like a caricature artist, but not a caricature artist that really paints them or draws them. He does 3D moldings or...
He sculpts them.
He sculpts the heads, the torsos, the whatever of these particular characters. And what we have in today... going into the fall season, right after the poker tournament, as we kind of move towards September, October, is the Grinch, complete with his Santa hat and some holly around his neck.
Yeah. And this is actually a donation. Jeff Jones, his company has got Caricature by Jeff Jones. And this is what he does. He does celebrities and the Grinch, and he offered one of his works of art for us to include in our silent auction. And he generously donated the Grinch here, dropped it up by today, which I think is great because whoever actually gets this in the silent auction is going to have a yearly awesome, one of the best Christmas ornaments around.
Oh, yeah, this is a great conversation starter.
Outset, a tabletop, whatever. It's pretty cool, but it's light. But he has made so many of these things. He started this business a few years ago. He's doing very well, and the artwork you can see before you on the Grinch. But we're very thankful and pleased to have this as one of our many donated items for our silent auction and raffle prizes for next Saturday's poker tournament.
Absolutely. Now, that being said, we have some information. Now, we talked to you about it when we first started selling these tickets, and I told you guys, I'm not really trying to hype this thing up. I don't really need to Barnum and Bailey this thing. It sells itself out.
Right.
I'm just trying to tell you to be as quick as you can to get your tickets because it is going to sell out. And I was right. It sold out in 36 hours. It's a record. It's actually never sold out faster.
Yeah.
And we knew it was going to happen. We kind of had that vibe that was going to go down, and we are still selling the casino passes. You can still get that. That's half the price of the poker tournament. Basically, you get in, you get the food from Hard Rock, you get to be part of these auctions. You could actually win this wonderful bust of the Grinch, plus all the other cool stuff. You just don't get to play poker. That's it. Those are still available, but something else has come up.
Yes, and thanks to our sponsors. We have several sponsors, including JustCallMo.com, That Mortgage Guy Don, Solar Source. And what they've done is the tables that they have with their sponsorship, the seats, we've been able to group some together. They've donated them back to the Mustard Seed. So we have 6 seats in our tournament. It's a 170-person tournament. We have the 6 final seats, and we're going to start a live auction. Or, it's an online auction starting tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yep.
All proceeds go directly to the Mustard Seed of Central Florida. The first 3 seats the auction ends this Friday, and then we'll have a seat end on Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday, and that will be the final seat. So it's a last chance auction, and thanks to these sponsors who, decided they donated their extra seats back and just to raise more money for the Mustard Seed. So we're very thankful, and so is the Mustard Seed as well.
Very nice. And what's that auction site again?
Yeah, if you go to realradio.fm/poker, I have the link up there. It goes live tomorrow at 9 a.m. So we'll be reminding you over the next couple days, but we were just able to kind of finalize all the details today.
Yep.
And so we're excited to kind of let you know that if you are hoping to get a seat in the tournament, you will still have a chance because each auction seat will also come with a casino pass for a guest.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it's a +1 scenario.
Yeah, it's you in the tournament plus a guest pass. They don't get to play in the tournament, but they get to enjoy all the casino games, just like we've talked about a lot over the past month.
Very nice.
Auction, the food, the drinks. Yeah, it's a good time. Hey, I'm done now.
It's a good damn time.
It is a good.
All right, again, that's realradio.fm. Man, what is going on today? Realradio.fm/poker. There you go. And you can click right through to the link and make your bid. And are they opening the bids at what the cost of a normal ticket would be? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, $150.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that. So, and that starts tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Go get them.
Yeah.
I predict that'll go pretty quickly.
Oh, very quickly.
Well, the auctions are going to raise up. I mean, it's kind of timed out not to kind of sell out quickly. So it'll be the first 3 and then one every.
Yeah, one, and they all end at 6 p.m. So this Friday at 6, the first 3 will end. And then Monday at 6, Tuesday at 6, and Wednesday at 6.
There you go. Yeah. Boom. And then, of course, the tournament is next weekend.
Yep. I can't believe it.
Have you been playing any?
No.
I've been playing online. I went online last night and played for like 2 or 3 hours, kind of get my my number one thing is, it's so funny, is they were talking about the bluffing thing. That's what Scott was just talking about.
Right.
My number one thing is, because I'm not a nit, but I'm not one of these maniacs that likes to gamble a lot. So if you push a real big bet to me and I'm holding what I think is a marginal hand, and the board shows that there could be a very good hand out there, I have a tendency to fold to big bets, big bluffs. And I'm trying to work beyond that and kind of think beyond that next level so I'm not bluffed out so easy. Because the problem with this tournament is this. Your starting stack is good. There's no problem. But you got to make a move. And when you make a move and you kind of hit the brakes, if you think something's happening, you can put yourself in a bad situation.
I'm still going to be so clueless.
You made it farther than I did last year.
I know, but that was just sheer dumb luck.
And did you reload last year?
Yes, I did.
One time?
I want to say twice.
Yeah, I think I bought in at least once. Jack, you don't reload, do you?
I have in the past. I did not last year.
Yeah.
Well, hell, you barely had a chance to sit down last year.
Well, that's the thing is like you don't usually sit down until like the first blind.
Yeah. Last year, that first hour for me was like because
nice.
we're doing pictures. People are coming in. Doors open at 6, and they'll have opportunities to take pictures with all the shows. News Junkie Monsters and the Jim Colbert Show will be there. They'll go up, enjoy some hors d'oeuvres from Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
And then at 7 o'clock, the casino opens.
Right.
And the and the poker starts. You enjoy your Mick Ultra. And shout out to Leon Mills and
Mills
Mills
Air, dude, killing it
making
for
sure
us.
that each player gets 2 free bottles of Michelob Ultra. So thank you, Leon.
That's right.
Thank you, Leon.
2 drinks on Leon. How about that?
Now, are you bringing cigars like you did last year for the player that knocks you out?
I am. I'm going to bring a box of cigars, courtesy of our friends over at Corona Cigar Company.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And I know they even have more they're donating because I know Ace Hardware is coming through with some stuff as well.
They are.
Do you know what it is yet?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't
No,
either.
I was just remembering because you threw a box on the table and you said that's for whoever knocks out
I
Bradshaw.
actually may bring a stack of boxes to kind of throw them around for bounties on people I don't like.
How about John Bustecker?
Oh, that's a good one.
How about you get me the stuff that you said you're going to create for the silent auction?
Bringing that tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Well, the reason why is because I didn't have to. We lost power yesterday, and I was really concentrating on that. But I have stuff I want to pull out.
That's the thing he's never short on, excuses.
Yeah. I got a lot of those. Got a lot going on, man.
The internet went out. My tractor didn't arrive.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
Every bit of it's true. Every bit of it's true.
I moved when I shouldn't.
So I have to.
That's not true.
So today I spent. I woke up literally at 4:15 this morning, and I realized that, oh my God, we're less than 2 weeks away from the poker tournament, and then I just mentally started checking off all the things that I haven't checked off. I think, okay, I still need to get the prize. And then next thing I know, it was 5:30, I think, before. Then I think I fell back asleep.
Oh, yeah. It's a panic you get when you get stuff like this.
When
going.
I just realized because we sold out so fast, it was like, that was July. This thing is in August. I got time.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's people I haven't even invited yet.
That's what I
like,
do.
Yeah.
That's me. That's not you. I do that. I'm like, I'm last minute Johnny.
Yeah.
I wait to the last minute and I do it.
It's last minute for me, but we're still like 12 days away.
Yeah, right.
I know. Stop.
Are you going to do any tutorials? Every year, usually for my What'd You Do, I would give a new poker tutorial, but I don't feel like it's helping.
Well, we actually have one on our website at realradio.fm/poker. If you scroll down there is a video there, and it's like a 3-minute video on how to play. Explains it's a reminder or refresher on the basics of the game.
Yeah. Who puts the tables together?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Well, I would like a table with Scott Maxwell and Don to start with. Don, the mortgage guy.
That's not going to happen.
Let's make that happen for your man. Let's go ahead and get rid of those two guys pretty quick.
Hang on, easy, fella.
Yeah.
Easy.
Slow your roll there, Sally.
We have 17 tables, right? And about 34 celebrities or so. So what I do is when I get my final list, and then I put 2 celebrities at each table. And then the rest, when the players who have donated and have tickets to play, they will draw their table. So that's a total random draw on what table you sit at.
But I know how we can control the random. We can control the random.
Jack is over there planning a wedding every August.
Yeah.
Seating charts, and I haven't invited that guest. And what about the food?
Who am I going to put at Jimmy's table? Doesn't matter. He's going to complain.
All right, it's realradio.fm/poker. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, hop on board, make your bid, and then check it regularly, because obviously before it ends at 6 o'clock that night, you want to make sure you're in a good position to get the seat you want. 3 tomorrow. They'll go on sale, and then next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 1 a day, ending at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, the tournament is next Saturday night right there at the Orlando Science Center to raise a whole bunch of money for the Mustard Seed of Orlando.
I think I'm going to put Code Black at your table.
Do not put that donkey at my table.
Code Black IT.
Do not put that donkey at my table. Do not do it.
This guy has donated. Thank you, Code Black IT.
He's your best friend.
Yeah,
he's donated.
He's great, but he's a terrible card player.
Touchscreen laptop, poker chip sets, poker cards, and a $500 Southwest gift card, all donated from his business.
From one guy.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I got to tell you, he's donating that because he couldn't find Taylor Swift tickets because that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is a fly away to a Taylor Swift show. But he couldn't find good tickets. And even the bad ones were $1,000 a piece.
Oh, I know. I know.
So that story I was going to tell you guys about the Olympics. Did you hear about she's from Paraguay, right? She's a swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name is, let me make sure I get this right. She's 20 years old. Her name is Luana Alonso. And she speaks out because there's a big story that came out today that she was asked to leave the Olympic Village. Who do you think did that?
What?
Who do you think asked her to leave the Olympic Village?
Well,
she did not
I know
qualify.
the
By the
story.
way.
Yeah.
She didn't qualify. She came in 5th in qualifying.
Yeah.
So she is not in the Olympics anymore. But a lot of the qualifiers stay in the Olympic Village to cheer on their teams, to cheer on other athletes.
And that's not uncommon.
It's not uncommon. Matter of fact, it's common. It's perfectly common that if you don't qualify, unless you have something else you got to do or whatever, you stick around and you watch some of the other games. You cheer on your teammates, whatever the case may be. Right?
Is this the one that complained about Tinder?
No,
Nope.
This is not the one that complained about Tinder.
Nope, that's a different one.
Her own team asked her to leave the Olympic Village.
What?
Why do you think? Why do you think a 20-year-old swimmer, by the way, she retired from the Olympics. This is her, I think, second Olympics. She's retired from swimming at 20 years old. She goes to school here in America at Southern SMU, I believe. But why do you think her team said you can't come by? You can't stay.
Let's see. So it seems that your job, if you are still at the Olympics and you're not competing, might be to root on your fellow teammates.
Yeah. You got to root your fellow teammates on.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, but why would you think their own team captain would say you can't stay in the Village?
Rooting on another team?
No. She's so hot that she actually distracts the other athletes. And it causes inappropriate behavior. Was that what it was used?
Oh wow, that's different. I had this in the Olympic update today. However, the story I have is different.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, buddy. I didn't mean to ruin it.
There she is on the screen.
She has 640,000 followers. She is absolutely gorgeous. But they said that they don't want you around because you make the athletes have inappropriate feelings.
So wow, this is different because the story that I read said because when her teammates were racing, she went to Disneyland in Paris.
Oh, really?
They're saying because she was not supporting the team
did not hear one. This is Newsweek today, not a syllable of that.
That is completely the opposite. And guess what? I'm showing a picture of her now. I think your story might be more correct.
Paraguay's Olympic chief Larissa Scherer previously released a statement saying that her presence is creating a, quote, inappropriate atmosphere with Team Paraguay. She's so hot that the dudes can't swim with halvesies, semis.
I mean, she's beautiful, yeah, but
that's exactly what the thing is. They didn't want her there because she was too pretty and she was having an inadverse act
that's
like
funny.
on the athletes. You're so hot that our guys can't keep it down to swim. It's hard to swim fast with your rudder out.
I was going to say, creating a rudder situation here.
Right, exactly.
Watch the wake.
Yeah, she's at SMU in Dallas. And did you see the photograph of her?
Yeah,
he has everything.
She's very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
She's finished 6th place, a quarter of a second.
Her time was horrible.
A quarter of a second behind a Georgian swimmer. And, again, whatever.
So the story I had, same story, but it says Alonso spent time at Disneyland instead of supporting her teammates, upsetting the country's Olympic leadership, which is why they asked her to leave.
Not a word of that here. Not a word of that. She said that her decision to retire was made a long time ago because people are thinking now that she retired because of this whole controversy of her being asked to leave, but that's not that at all.
20 years old.
20 years old. She made her Olympic debut at 17 years old, so it would have been at the Tokyo Games last year, or last Olympics.
Luana Alonso.
Yeah, Luana Alonso. She's just got a picture of her standing, and it's not attractive at all. She's just standing next to a swimming thing. 43,000 likes. And she kind of looks dumpy in the picture, but still they know it's under there. They know. They've seen the other picture of her, the one that we have on the screen right now. Yeah. Jack, don't do the side.
An Olympic athlete.
It's the creep side. Don't do that. Yeah. It says no further information on what the alleged behavior was. It was nothing. She was just existing. And she just happens to be like stunningly beautiful, and the dudes can't control themselves. That's it. That's got to be it.
Which story do you think is more likely?
Oh, the hot one. I mean, I don't think it's. I haven't even read the Disney thing once.
Do you really think that
Have you seen an athlete that pretty in the game?
Yes.
Tell me the name of the female athlete that's that pretty on any other team, please.
Number 2 on Canada's beach volleyball team.
Yeah, not that hot, dude. Hold on, I'm going there now. Hold on.
Also, player number 1 on Italy's beach volleyball team. And I've been watching a lot of beach volleyball.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Check the female team, Jimmy.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. That's super important. Yeah, I mean, she's cute, Jack, but she's not that.
Yeah, I haven't seen her. I was going to say with her clothes on.
Okay, Jack. That's, again, and what was the other one? The Italian one?
Yeah. So beach volleyball is an interesting sport. Women's beach volleyball.
Yeah, Jack, I got bad news for you. Neither one of these girls is even within in the same room.
Yeah. I'm not saying the swimmer isn't hot. But what I'm saying is I don't think they asked her to leave because she's too hot.
You think she went? Like I've not even heard the Disney story, not even once.
Yeah, I think if you are there, you're staying in the Olympic Village, you're no longer competing, you're there to support your team.
Yeah, you got to stay there and support your team.
If you're going to Disneyland while your team is racing, you're not supporting your team.
You are not. That's correct.
I think that's a more legitimate reason to ask her to leave.
Why did I just say that then?
For just being too hot.
But why not say that?
I don't know the story you have.
407-916-1041. Jack's Olympic update next.
Jack's Olympic update. Coming up next on the Jim Colbert Show.
iHeartRadio Olympics update.
The U.S. women's soccer team will play for a gold medal in Paris after beating Germany in the semis today. Team USA will meet either Brazil or Spain in Saturday's gold medal match. The U.S. women's volleyball team continued its dominance.
Putting up a wall would help. 6'6" outside hitter with a huge stumper out of Stanford.
Catherine Plummer led the Americans to a quarterfinal win over Poland.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. This is Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Tuesday evening forecast. Through the overnight tonight, we are going to still keep those clouds from Debbie around, but those are slowly going to start to push out as we head through the overnight tonight. But that warm tropical air keeping those overnight temperatures on the higher side. We're going to be seeing a low tonight of 81 degrees, and we're going to keep those warm temperatures as we head through the rest of the work week. Tomorrow's high, 94 degrees with mostly sunny skies and a 30% rain chance.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Renewal by Andersen is having their end of summer sale, and it's hotter than the Florida sun, and you know that means it's red hot. Renewal by Andersen's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather, which is more important than ever, right? Now that we're in the middle of the hurricane season, especially if you live on Florida's coast. Renewal by Andersen's windows also increase your comfort by keeping the heat and humidity out, not to mention the noise. Plus, their products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you'll find anywhere, and everything is made in the USA. Now through August 31st, receive $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Be one of the first 50 callers and receive a free TrueScene screen upgrade. Again, visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
If you suffer from allergies, have you ever thought allergy treatment would be nice, but I bet it's really expensive? You can go get some Zyrtec or Claritin for $20, but think about how much that's going to add up over the years, decades, a lifetime. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, they can make your allergies go away for good. They don't just mask them like the over-the-counter meds. This is real treatment that'll save you money in the long run. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. bonus. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Disney on Ice invites you to an adventure that's off the charts as DJ Mickey and his friends remix your favorite tunes from The Lion King, Frozen 2, Moana, The Little Mermaid, and Wish. Plus, the party goes off the charts when special guest DJ Stitch takes control. Every beat creates a magical moment, only at Disney on Ice. Playing the Kia Center August 30th through September 1st. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details today.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
From the team behind Atlanta Monster and Up and Vanished comes a brand new investigative true crime podcast, Flashpoint. Listen as they explore the homegrown terrorism threat through the lens of the Atlanta Olympic bombing and its aftermath.
There is a bomb in Centennial Park. You have 30 minutes.
Listen to Flashpoint on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Flashpoint to start listening.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Z Flip 6 powered by Galaxy AI with Spectrum free anytime upgrade. Use Circle to search with Google to see more and search more on the large Z Fold 6 screen. Or capture perfectly framed pics using FlexCam and Z Flip 6. Order now with Spectrum free anytime upgrade and get up to $1,000 off, plus the value of your trade-in. Visit a Spectrum store or SpectrumMobile.com today. Offer subject to change. For qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Hey, how's it, everyone? Wrapping up the Olympic surfing from Teahupo'o, Tahiti. Yesterday, after a brief hold, the local favorite, Tahitian Kauli Vast, wins gold for Team France. However, the big story, Melbourne Beach's own Caroline Marks, current reigning world champion, takes the gold in the nail-biter of a heat. Great stuff for Team US. Aloha!
Aloha.
Aloha.
Just absolutely wrecking Jack's segment.
That is part of the segment. Yeah,
very good. Yeah, you're right.
And shout out to, I know that was the last surfing update. Brother Matt giving us the surf report from Tahiti.
It's time for Jack's Olympic update.
Okay.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
I guess it's time.
Yeah, get in there.
Yeah.
Do this
Thanks to
thing.
Matt. You got to fly home now, buddy.
Yeah.
Come home from Tahiti.
Fly.
Okay, so here's the deal. By the way, the Olympic update is brought to you by our iHeartRadio app, the only app where you can hear the Olympic Games live, the exclusive home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Absolutely.
Moving on. Congrats to the Americans bringing home the gold. We just heard about Caroline Marks from Melbourne Beach, our very own world's #1 surfer, and she took down that competition. Epic. That is very cool. We're moving on because there was more gold given out, like Valerie Ullman. Do you know what Valerie does?
Oh, my God.
I'm going to play audio of her doing it, and then you tell me the discipline.
And
There you go.
Discus. I thought it was in Crying Babies.
Yeah. Is it falling out of a plane with no parachute?
The discus, 2-time gold winner Valerie Allman. Congratulations to her. It's fun watching the track and field stuff that we're not going to watch for another 4 years.
Right.
Shout out to another gold medal, a back-to-back gold medal for American Mondo Duplantis. He's from Louisiana, went to LSU, won back-to-back golds in pole vaulting, and set a new world record yesterday.
Really?
Unfortunately, we cannot count that for Team USA because he's competing for Sweden.
Oh.
Darn it.
So I wondered, I'm like, wait a minute.
That happens a lot, by the way.
If you're that good, usually, though, it's people, Americans who couldn't get on the American team, and then they'll go compete for another country.
Right, yeah.
I think there were 3 gymnasts from L.A. who all competed for the Philippines because their lineage is from the Philippines.
Yeah, well, the hot swimmer is going to school here, lives in Dallas, and she's swimming for Paraguay.
Right.
Or was.
Right.
Now she's just causing semis.
But with Mondo Duplantis, what's interesting about him, it's not that he couldn't make the American team. Since he could walk, his parents have been training him to be a high jumper. They had a high jump set up in his backyard. There is video of him at a very young age just doing it, jumping like just a foot off the ground, but still doing the pole vault.
Wow.
Right? Doing a pole vault in their backyard where they had to kind of open the fence so he'd get more runway to be able to do it. Now he's a world record holder now, but his mom competed for Sweden, and with America, it would have been the U.S. coaches. What Sweden allowed him to do was have his dad and mom be his coaches. They're his coaches this entire time. So he competed for Sweden, and his parents are his coaches. He's back-to-back gold medalist, and now is a world record holder.
Oh, that's incredible. How high was it? Wasn't the record like 19 or 20 feet at that one point?
It was in meters, and I didn't do the conversion.
Imagine pole vaulting to the second level of a parking garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Kind of cool.
And he was just clearing it without a problem.
Oh, yeah, no probs.
What do you think is the most nerve-wracking sport to watch?
For me, it's the racing because, it's so close. Like the 2 races the other day, the foot race, the 100-meter, and the 400-meter relay for the girls.
Yeah.
When you say the edge of your seat, I legit scooted to the edge of my couch, and I could feel my heart rate increasing. So the racing stuff for me is that.
Yeah. There'll be more of that tonight. More racing, more track and field tonight.
What about you, Deb?
Gymnastics.
Yeah.
So at first I thought it was skateboarding because with skateboarding, when they would wipe out, then that's when I'd get the I'd get that audible gasp. It's gymnastics, and it's the balance beam.
It's the beam, right? Yeah,
it's the balance beam.
That's a tough one.
Watched Sudie Lee on it last night. She fell straight down, leg on both sides of the beam, hit that beam hard.
Like crotch hit?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Any guy would have been out of the competition.
Oh, yeah, out of life.
Yeah. She got back up and finished her routine. I just, every time, I said out loud, please stop showing this.
Yeah.
Because every time it hurt, I felt,
Right.
Oh.
You could couldn't you break your pubic bone right there if you hit hard enough? Could you not?
I believe you can.
Yeah.
Simone fell off the beam.
Yeah.
The Chinese gymnast fell. It was just, man, the beam I watched that nervously.
Did you ever hear people talk about, like former gymnasts talk about that spin move thing that Biles does on the balance beam?
Yeah.
Did you ever see, they did a bit for it when they first showed her do it. They did a bit. They went around the country to a couple of colleges to college gymnasts and asked them to do it just on flat ground. And I think one guy made one full spin.
Yeah.
She does like 2 full spins on a beam.
Yeah.
They said that's one of the hardest things she does on that beam, but all you look is the spinning backflips as you go off. But that one little move for balance is one of the most difficult things you can do.
It gives me nightmares going back to high school because we used to have to get on the beam. Even though none of us were gymnasts, it was part of our gym class. And it was like, okay, do the splits.
Yeah.
Now jump off. And it's like, yeah, no, screw you. Give me an F.
Yeah. Speaking of getting hit between the legs, French pole vaulter Anthony Ammirati. We talked about him. He's been the talk over the past weekend with the clip of him, also a pole vaulter, but where it appears that, his junk kind of knocked the bar down.
Right, yeah.
There's no might. It knocked it down.
Well, his leg also hit it, so it's a question.
Which leg?
His leg touched it. His junk dragged it down.
Yeah.
His junk picked it up, twirled it around, and threw it across the room.
There's
his
an
junk
offer.
came up like an alligator, then grabbed it, and then stuffed it under an old log to rot so he could eat it later.
He's got an offer on the table.
What?
Who do you think would present an offer
Playgirl.
to the French pole vaulter?
It's got to be like AVX, or what is the big porn movie?
So it's a porn site.
Pornhub.
Yeah. It's not Pornhub, but they're offering $250,000.
That's it.
Is it
to do a 1-hour webcam show where he exposes his world famous.
Oh wow,
pole vaulter.
His meatspin.com.
Yeah. I didn't recognize the name.
That's the greatest joke in history, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, meatspin.com.
But they say it's not likely he's going to accept the offer.
Well, I mean, it's $250,000 for his dignity. I would think maybe he'd pass.
Yeah. Another proposal. I gave you 2 wedding proposals yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. There's another one, and it's Team USA. Shot putter Peyton Otterdahl. He proposed to his girlfriend Maddie Niles while touring Paris. He dropped down to one knee right in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, wow.
Because we talked about the Chinese badminton player. They did it at the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else did it in the Olympic Village. So he did it. Man, he finished 4th in shot put because the American that took 2nd bumped him down to 4th.
Oh, wow, that
He
sucks.
bumped him off the pedestal, but she said yes. So that was in front of the Eiffel Tower, right? So you figure he did something, right? It's like, okay, shot putting didn't turn out like I hoped. I finished in 4th place, but she said yes in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Let's try and get
Now,
married.
when he gave her the ring, did he tuck it under his chin and kind of throw it onto her?
Right onto her finger. But then Olympic rower Justin Best proposed to his girlfriend live on television in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
He is part of the row team that won the gold, so he's got that over the shot putter.
Now, is she also an athlete?
She is not.
Okay.
But he also did it in front of the Eiffel Tower, but included over 2,700 yellow flowers, symbolizing each day they'd been together.
Oh, my God almighty.
Right. He wins hands down.
Does the shot putter, did he just get bumped off the pedestal again?
He did.
He did.
Every
He totally
guy
did.
proposing in America or in the world got knocked off the pedestal that day.
Exactly.
Who thinks of that? My God almighty, who thinks of that?
Yeah, Team USA added 8 more medals to the Olympics yesterday. So at the end of play yesterday, not counting today's action, we're still tied with China with 21 gold each. After day 10 of the Olympics, we lead the overall medal count with 79. China a distant second because they cheat, so that's a little karma there. Cheating China. They have 53.
Yeah, and by the way, my favorite thing now is the passive-aggressive comments from athletes from America about how our medals are clean.
Yeah.
Like all these passive-aggressive little shots at China and their athletes.
Tonight on TV, if you're watching the primetime coverage, you're going to see a little recap of the track and field, men's 400-meter semis, women's 400-meter hurdles, also diving, women's 10-meter platform divers, and that's where pretty much an occasional American or Brit will kind of sneak into the pedestal, but China really has owned diving.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Can I tell you, it looks fake. I
does.
saw one yesterday, and they showed the dive. Obviously, it was one of their better dives. And it's these 2 guys are 30 feet up in the air, and they get a click track thing like, deet, deet, and they know when to go, whatever. And it looked like somebody just copied and pasted the first guy to 3 feet on the other side of it. Like it was so exact that it looked like it was a mirror of the same one. And when they went into the water, it was like just a little bubble, very little water.
Those were the synchronized dives. Now tonight they start the singles.
Yeah.
So they're just the singles doing from the 10-meter platform. That'll happen tonight. And that's your medal count. Oh, it's time for this.
It's time for Jack's Olympic snack on the Jim Colbert Show.
See, you've done sweet and savory. I'm wondering when you're going to, because you've done pretzels.
Yeah.
Have you done chocolate or anything?
No. Yes, I did chocolate when you were away. The Reese's Medals, which is an official medal out of the freezer. Cool. I went back. I did a repeat because I had it on hand. And I found out the real name. It's Turkey Hill ice cream.
There you go. Turkey Hill ice cream.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And again, I mixed the cookies and cream with the Colombian cappuccino.
There you go,
if
my
you
friend.
like coffee ice cream, what's cool about the Turkey Hill Colombian cappuccino, it's a stronger coffee taste in the ice cream.
I like that.
Nice.
Yes. And then I was going back and forth because I can't say no to either
That
one.
actually sounds like a pretty damn good mix.
That's a good Olympic
Cappuccino
snack.
ice cream and then cookies and cream. That's very nice.
More exciting Olympic action happens tonight, and we'll recap it for you tomorrow.
It's
Thank you, buddy.
time for this to be over and get back to the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We'll go over that question I had at the top of the show. We'll do that next.
Smell that? It's almost football season. Hear the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season here on Real Radio 104.1, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic remains slow on I-4 this afternoon as you travel by the major attractions exits today. Looking at a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane westbound at Princeton Street, causing stop-and-go delays through downtown. Looking at a good ride for the most part for those who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway this afternoon. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Florida Hometown Heroes program for down payment assistance was funded with $100 million as of July 1st. Now, this gives all eligible first-time home buyers, or if you haven't owned a home for the past 3 years, plus all veterans and active duty military, you may be eligible for down payment assistance funds up to $35,000. Find out today if you're eligible by starting your pre-approval application at thatmortgageguydon.com. But don't wait too long. There's only $40 million out of that $100 million left. So find out it's peace of mind at your fingertips. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Thursday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. 1-800-875-PASS.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Let International Diamond Center put some sizzle in your relationship this summer with free financing, free dinner, and a free romantic getaway. Now through August 31st at IDC, with any qualifying jewelry purchase, you'll get 0 interest financing for 24 months, plus a gift card for dinner valued at $150, plus a 3-night getaway to places like Nashville, Las Vegas, Miami, Hilton Head, or how about a Caribbean cruise on us? Get to IDC now for all the details and check out our special pricing on all fashion jewelry, all wedding bands, engagement rings, and luxury timepieces. See why IDC is the area's premier jeweler, locally owned, internationally connected with no-nonsense pricing games, no pressure, no commission salespeople, and service for life on any purchase. How about a Tacori ring or a 5-carat tennis bracelet or a pre-owned Rolex? Spice things up with IDC's Summer of Romance offer. Free financing, free dinner for two, and a free romantic getaway. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations. Minimum purchase required on approved credit. See store for details.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices on WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jim Colbert Show, Mike from Lakeland, Florida. I've been listening since I was 19 years old, 25 now. I feel like I'm a little in the younger side of y'all's audience. But anyhow, love what y'all do. Shed a few tears. Had a lot of good moments with y'all, and hope you have a good week.
Right on, brother.
Oh, that's cool.
It sounds so fine, though.
I like that.
I said a few times, like, wait, don't go anywhere, Mike.
Yeah,
we
stick
need
with
you,
this, man.
He's going to the space station for a year.
Yeah, got another one for you.
Hey, did I hear correctly? Did Jimmy say the vacation he took to the campground is now underwater?
Uh-oh.
Did the Colbert Crew vacation, Jinx, ruin another place? You guys are slowly demolishing this planet.
Stop it.
How about we use this for the good? The next vacation one of you guys take, you got to go to Russia.
All right.
Go to Russia, knock that bitch off the planet, save the world. You're welcome.
Where did my other one go bad? Where did my other vacation?
Well, all of us.
All of us.
So yeah, I think you were out when Jimmy. I went to Ruidoso, New Mexico in April. They had wildfires.
Oh yeah.
Ross went to Lahaina and they had wildfires.
Sure did. Yeah.
I just got back from Charleston in January.
And it's
they're
getting
underwater.
It's getting its balls kicked in right now.
Savannah in May, they're getting their D kicked in too.
I was there as well.
And then you're at the campground, and now that's destroyed. That's it.
Yeah,
We're
so
gonna have to go to Russia as the show.
Out of power, a lot of water
Yeah.
standing,
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
trees down
terrible.
in debris. They got a lot of work to do to get it all cleaned up.
Sorry, Dominican Republic.
Oh, yeah.
We're coming.
Yeah, I am coming. A little bit later, we're going to DR. Hopefully that's fine. If it's still there, we're going. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
I want to pay off this other story. I kind of teased a minute ago, never got to it. We talked about the drive-through experience, right? That I had. That you go through the drive-through. This is McDonald's. They give you They give you your drink and then send you to one of the parking spots. I'm like, why even have a drive-through? This
Right,
is not
exactly.
This is not a drive-through experience. I had to wait 11 minutes for my food, right? Well, I would take waiting 11 minutes over the experience that these people had. Do you know the story by any chance?
No.
Jack, have you heard the story?
Nope.
A New York woman and her 4-year-old daughter go to Burger King. Yeah, they just want to go there and get themselves a little bit of food, right? Hamburgers, the whole 9 yards, and enjoy themselves. And, they got their order. And when they pulled forward, they noticed something a little awry about the order. What do you think happened to their order that made a national news story?
Well, the bag was moving.
No, the bag was not moving.
Okay, thank God.
But it was.
Oh, the rat was dead?
But it was something about the bag.
Oh, there was weed in it.
Not weed.
Drugs.
Money.
No. This happened in Gettsville, New York. Do you know where that is by any chance?
I do not.
Half-eaten food from someone else.
No.
Maggots.
What? Maggots?
Maggots.
No. You gotta tell you, I don't know what would be worse than this.
Well, Jack said it. Oh, poop.
Not poop. And poop would be bad.
Dead rodent?
No.
Vomit.
Mm-mm.
Boogers?
It was covered in blood. I guess the guy who works the drive-thru had cut his finger and he did not know. And not only did he bleed all over the bag, there was blood all over the wrapper of the hamburger. There was blood on the food. There was blood everywhere. When you look at the photograph, you can see the bloody wrapper of the burger. You can see the blood on the bottom of the bag. They called Burger King and told her what she found. The manager said the worker had cut his hand right before cooking and bagging her food.
Oh, nice.
The manager offered her a refund if she came back with the food, but she says she declined and hung up the phone. Trust me when I tell you, he wanted that bag back.
No kidding.
Yeah. Hey, come on in. I would be like, you come on in, I'll give you a year of free Whoppers. Just get me that bag and don't take any pictures. Whatever you do, don't take any pictures. Just get me that bag. I need plausible deniability here is exactly what I need. Of course, what she did is ran right to TikTok. Worst case scenario for any...
especially Burger King.
For any vendor. The 4-year-old thought what a ketchup pack busted. That's how much blood is all over the thing.
Ew, how could you not notice that?
And she does, and she kind of has a Karen look about her. She's wearing a cardigan leaning against a minivan.
That's Karen.
It's a stage 2 Karen at least, right? Not necessarily a stage 5. She wasn't screaming, but she is a stage 2 Karen. Well, she calls herself Mind Body Mom. Stage 3 Karen then.
Stage 3.
We'll bump her up. Yeah, it said the company was deeply upset and concerned to learn of this incident. Yeah,
I bet they were.
To learn of it. They've been in contact and trying to resolve the incident. So the incident was resolved. The team member injuring his finger did not realize it, bled all over everything. Now, I will tell you, if I'm being dead honest,
it happens.
I've cooked for people before, and I've whacked my finger open in the middle of cooking for people at dinners. I actually cut myself pretty good cooking at an event for, I was hired to come and cook at this event. And I cut my finger up pretty good. And what you do is this, you react to it immediately. You get a glove on it, you get a bandage on it, you put your gloves on, and your entire area has to be nixed. You got to wipe everything out that's near it. I mean, everything. But you just can't have you can't even have the idea that something happened.
So you mean you didn't take your cut finger and sprinkle it
I didn't,
over the 4 dishes? Little something for you, little something for you.
I didn't Pope bless my Burger King with my blood ball. No, I didn't do that. I didn't.
Your blood ball.
Good
choice of words.
I did not swing my smoking blood ball over my Whopper to make sure it was okay.
Excuse me while I write the show title down.
Yeah, exactly. Which one is it? Blood ball over my Whopper?
It says they closed the restaurant over the weekend to retain all the team members and hired an external company to complete a deep cleaning. Very good move on their part.
You
notice, I would have bagged it as if it was a rat problem.
Do you notice, though, that it's almost treated worse than if it were feces? Because you recognize what a biohazard it is.
That's what
right?
I'm saying. That's why I say when Jack said poop, I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's a coin flip on which is worse.
The blood.
But I mean, the poop is harder to explain.
And the smell. Oh,
the smell is not going to blend well with the fries. That's not a good pairing, by the way. Not a good pairing.
Unless there's chicken nuggets in the bag.
That's what blood nuggets are. Blood nugget.
Blood nuggets.
Oh, that's a good punk, man.
Such a great text coming in. What is somebody who calls themselves Mind Body Mom doing at a Burger King?
That is a very good point.
Says she filed a complaint with the local health department, scheduled an appointment with a pediatrician because she took a bite. The kid took a bite out of the bloody hamburger. Holy ass. How do you maintain?
You don't.
How do you maintain?
You don't.
She also filled out on the Burger King website, she filled out a form telling the company about her experience.
Oh, yeah, she did.
They contacted her at the end of July about her situation and explained that it took a day to respond because they were trying to make sure her manager and the workers' stories lined up. In other words, they want to make sure that internally they had their S together before they faced this lawsuit. But the crazy thing is, I mean, if the little girl doesn't have any problems, I mean, what actual lawsuit do they have? I mean, obviously there's some trauma there. You should not have your food covered in blood. Unless you ask for it, of course.
Unsafe conditions.
It's at least 70 cents extra at Burger King.
Can I get the cannibal burger? Extra cannibal?
Exactly. Let me get the Dahmer burger.
How about we kind of look at maybe rewarding this employee who, despite personal injury, continued to do his job,
That's a good job
to make
Jack.
sure that this woman got her meal in a timely manner.
Good job.
Employee of the month, Freddy Krueger.
Exactly. She apologized, the manager, of course, that this ever happened.
Of course.
The Burger King did not offer her anything aside from the initial refund, and that she's seeking legal counsel. Of course, that's what you do here. It says since the incident,
you know what? It's not what you do.
It's not.
Understand? And before social media, you wouldn't even dream of this being a thing.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah. But how about this? Now, this ends this up a little bit. It's kind of interesting. Since the incident, Floyd, the mom, said that her daughter has been to a pediatrician twice. She's scheduled to go see a psychiatrist, and she's now sleeping in her husband and her's bed because of the anguish this has caused. Now, she's 4.
She's 4, which does make me wonder how much of that anguish is feeding off of mom's emotions.
That's what I'm thinking
I'd
as
say
well.
about 99.9% of
Yeah,
it.
exactly, which is a shame because once you start entering a psychiatry,
Right, yeah.
it could have been like, wow, this was a really unfortunate. She's level 4, Karen.
The kid's name is Matela.
Level 5.
And you can imagine the conversations now. Matela, you need to understand for mommy and daddy to get that yacht.
Your tum-tum hurts,
I'm going to
right?
need you to be severely traumatized. Now I'm going to punch you in the neck, and I need you to say that this is from the blood. They said they're going to get her blood tested every month for up to a year to rule out any diseases. What would show? For one thing,
hepatitis, HIV.
Yeah, but that would react pretty well. HIV can lay stagnant for a while, can
As
it not?
can hepatitis.
Can it? I did not know that.
Yeah, hepatitis you do not want to mess around with.
But what is
A, B, C, or D?
But I remember that when COVID thing was going around, we started learning a lot about how long viruses and bacteria last outside the body, and it really isn't that long. Like HIV really doesn't live that long outside of the body.
I guess it would depend on.
Yeah, but I mean, it's on a hot burger.
Well, was it on the hot burger?
Yeah.
Was it on the cooler bun?
All right, 407-916-1041.
What a lead-in.
Text us at 77031. He may be getting his ass kicked right now, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Scott Brown, Edgewater Family Wealth, because we're doing It's Only Money right after this, and I think he's in South Carolina.
Oh,
so we'll get a
wow.
real live update of the weather next, and some good financial advice as well.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Jeff says, Sean, you need to stop. You have no idea what you're talking about. Are you a child therapist? No, I don't think so. Jeff, shut up. What I'm talking about.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic remains slow on I-4 this afternoon as you travel by the major attractions exits today. Looking at a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane westbound at Princeton Street, causing stop-and-go delays through downtown. Looking at a good ride for the most part for those who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway this afternoon. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Man, there's nothing in the world that makes your house feel better than a beautiful bathroom. And you know, when you have friends or guests that come over and they go into the bathroom and it looks great, it's clean, it really does make a statement about your entire property. And the exact opposite thing happens when your bathroom is not good. It really brings your entire property down. And I've seen this happen. You know, people spend the money and the time to get all of their house looking great, but they're so terrified to tackle that bathroom. They've been told by friends and family it's going to take forever. It's going to run over budget. It's just going to be a nightmare. Well, let me take that away from you, because Rebath of Mid-Florida, none of that is true. Their average replacement time is 4 to 6 days, and that includes the demo of your old bathroom. And even better, they have a catalog of products that look amazing that include travertine and marble and all those beautiful colors. You get multiple choices of tubs and toilets and lighting and cabinetry and tile anything. You guys can make this look amazing in your home. They even have a design team to help with your ideas. Even better, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, $800 in free upgrades for your bathroom right now. Log on to the website. Check out the before and afters, man. They're doing amazing stuff for people in Orlando, and they can do the same for you. It's easy. Log on to the website, book your appointment today, and mention the Jim Colbert Show for $800 in free upgrades. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Keep listening for your next chance to be there.
Audible is a proud partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Explore the best selection of audiobooks, plus podcasts and originals, all in one easy app. Audible, there's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day brought to you by the Home Builders Network. Connect with Mike the Home Builder at hbnusa.com. When it comes to the time to do work around your house, what are you going to do? What do you need done? Is it a roof, windows, doors? I needed a roof a year and a half now, and I talked to Mike the Home Builder. You go to hbnusa.com. It's the Home Builders Network. Man, they did an expert job, and it was beautiful. I was so pleased with the work they did. I got gutters with covers as well. Highly recommend those. Year and a half, I have not had to clean out gutters, and I'm digging that. Is it windows and doors? They do that as well. It's the Home Builders Network, nominated by Orlando's Best for Best Windows and Doors and the Best of Florida nominee for Best Roofing Contractor. Connect with Mike the Home Builder online at hbnusa.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, John. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. If you've been in a car accident, you need to know a term. It's called statute of limitations. That means you have 2 years from the time of the accident to actually file a lawsuit if need be. If you don't do that, you're going to lose your rights to the claim. Now, sometimes some lawyers will wait till the last minute to file or contact you with just about a month left saying that they don't know if they want to proceed with your case. Be careful with that. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office Orlando.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. Anywhere from when we have a live event, there be customer events ahead of that. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without the relationship iHeart has with the artists, with venues to create these really exclusive events, festivals that iHeart puts on, gives Capital One the ability to create those moments. People are passionate about their favorite artists, and so we try to tap into that together.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private. Or encrypted. Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
The final week from Paris.
It's Noah Lyles! The 20-year drought is over for the Americans. The 800 still belongs to the one and only Katie Ledecky.
Scotty Scheffler adds gold to his green jackets.
Bring the Summer Games with you from your phone to your car or wherever you listen. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Yeah, look at stuff. 407-916-1041. Text us. 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth. Isn't that really just common sense financial advice? It's both. Oh, okay. It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good and loud for Scott Brown. Yay! Got the house tied down up there, boss?
You know, it's below me because I'm in the northwest corner of South Kakalaki, and it's going right beneath us.
Yeah, I thought maybe some of the bands may reach up there and slap you a little bit, but no luck there, huh?
You were hoping.
I wasn't hoping. I just saw what it was doing to the coast there.
You said that with a lot of
maybe. I really didn't want that to happen.
Let's see what kind of roof you got up there, Scott.
This guy's playing golf, and 2 hours away, people are swimming through their garages.
Yeah, there's a little bit of, I felt like you didn't want me to be able to play golf this week. I see where you're going.
Well, listen, I want you to play golf. I just want to be there. I want to be there playing as well.
Fair enough.
How you doing, bud? Everything good?
Everything's good, man. You know, it's been a fun couple of days in this business. But it's, after 37 years, it's just another day in paradise.
It's so funny. Yesterday's market, I'll call it an aberration, but yesterday's market swing made national news. Even sports talk guys were talking about and using it as a jumping point to talk about, sports contracts and, and trends in sports and things like that, because it was, it's smart to do that. But, of course, yesterday the market got hit for 1,100 points, and today it bounced back some for sure. But when this happens, though, and I know that we had this to talk about second, but let's go ahead and attack it now, because this is kind of an interesting thing, because one of the first things that happened yesterday, I've been through 2 or 3 of these, so I know you just kind of sit and wait. You got to sit and wait. Nothing is really going to happen. The market does this. It fluctuates like this often. It'll correct itself often. And the key is just don't panic. Don't freak out and think that, this is just the beginning of the end. But people do that, Scott, don't they? I mean, I bet that's got to be one of your least favorite things to deal with, because for a fact when there's a 500-plus drop in the market, you are probably going to get inundated with phone calls from people losing their minds.
I am sure people do. In fact, I know people lose their minds, but after as many years in this business as I've had, and as many conversations like this as I've had, especially with our existing clientele, I literally got 2 calls yesterday. Both of them wanted to add to their positions. So I've brainwashed my people, Jim. So the reality is, if you say, well, this is an aberration, I would even argue it's not, because if you say a correction is a 20% or worse drop, which obviously we haven't had.
No.
That's happened 13 times since World War II. Corrections are kind of gauged by a 5% drop. They kind of, if we have a 5% drop or more, which we're in that neighborhood, we'll call that a correction. We've had 24 corrections since World War II. The average correction takes 4 months to get back to where it started. So and I just read, Goldman Sachs just put out a piece this afternoon stating that yesterday the selling activity in people's 401ks went up 8 times yesterday. Now, Let me tell you how silly this is, because first of all, you have to understand in your 401k, you're not trading simultaneously. If you call up Fidelity or you call up whoever's running your 401k, you say, get me out of this. You put it in your little laptop or your phone or however you did it. They don't sell those positions till the end of the day, right? You're not getting out at noon or 2 or whenever you thought you put that in, right? This isn't, mutual funds aren't traded on the exchange. They trade at the end of the day. So what you did yesterday is if you called up Fidelity and said, get me out, I've had it. They sold at the end of the day, locking in the 2% loss. And then this morning, the market went back up 1%. So what you did was locked in a 3% loss by calling Fidelity and getting out. Now that's counterintuitive to everything we know about investing, especially 401k long-term investing. We know, in fact, I don't know if you know what a target date fund is, but most 401ks have a target date option in them. And with a target date fund, it'll have a date. So Jim, if you're going to retire in 2035, there's a 2035 fund, right? Those have inside of them a glide path that is built on your risk profile. So what we found out yesterday is people are getting out of those things. They've already filled out the questionnaire and said, I'm aggressive or I'm conservative. They built a model for them based on their retirement date. And then this person just threw a total monkey wrench into everything they built prior to yesterday.
Unbelievable. And, you know, when you say
it drives me crazy.
And you say here that market drops are features, not bugs. Explain that a little bit. I have not heard the feature or bug terminology before.
Well, I mean, it's capitalism, right? I've said 1,000 times on the show, capitalism is messy. If you want something that never goes down, that is the fixed markets, right? A CD or a savings account. We know historically, if you want to earn 7 or 8% a year, you have to go to the capital markets, right? We know that historically, if you want to earn 2 or 3 or 4% a year, you have to go to the fixed markets, like, again, where the bank is taking the risk. They're giving you a 2 or 3 or 4% return. Right now, they're a little higher, but historically, they're in that neighborhood, right? So to get that premium from 4% to 7% in my example, you have to deal with the ups and downs of the markets, and they come in fits and starts. So if you say, well, I want to earn 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever the number is, you have to accept that it's going to come over the next 5 years like this: -3, 15, 2, -7, and 28. Something that looks like that rather than 3,
right.
3, 3,
right.
3. And if you don't understand that you're buying companies, you are not buying stocks. When you buy a mutual fund or you buy stock straight up, you're buying companies. And if you're saying to yourself, well, yesterday was a bad day in the market and John Deere and Caterpillar and Boeing and AT&T, they're all going out of business, well, then we're all wasting our time anyway, right? So that's it's a very silly way to approach it. And the last thing I'll say about 401ks is if you're young, if you're 30, if you're 35 or 40 or even 45, you should be loving this. This is an opportunity to buy stocks cheaper. The person that really gets a little bit annoyed or should get a little bit annoyed is the person that's already retired, right? Because they're not adding to their accounts.
Right.
But if you had $10 shares yesterday and you got $8 shares today, shouldn't you be trying to buy a few more of those rather than sell them?
Yeah, you damn sure should.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, I probably should call you after the show. I'm just joking. All right, 407-916-1041. Talking to Scott Brown, Edgewater Family Wealth, 30-plus years, actually 37-plus years here in Central Florida, providing sage advice for people to get their financial lives better and prepare themselves a little better for retirement. Scott has been doing this for quite a while now. Like I said, 37 years.
37 long years.
37 years, man. Did you, when you set out to do this, did you think that you would be in this business this long?
I don't know. When you're 23, you don't really think about much other than what am I doing for beers tonight?
Right.
But, as time went on and I built the clientele and I started to really understand the business, most of us that get in this business, we don't really understand what it is. My job, I actually thought when I was 23, I'm going to figure this stock market thing out and make everybody I know rich, right? And the reality is I did figure it out. It just took me 37 years to make everybody rich. So what I found out is that there are no shortcuts. What I found out is my biggest job is dealing with the emotions of my clients and the people that I deal with day to day. So that moments like yesterday don't become catastrophic to them long term. And that's really what I've learned.
And they don't have knee-jerk reactions to other things like this down the road. That's another thing too. Is you have to just kind of let people understand. Hey, look, things like this happen. You gotta, it's a little bit like parenting. Sometimes, your kids do some stupid stuff sometimes, but as a rule, they're pretty good kids. They're going to do some dumb stuff, but eventually they're going to balance out and make the right decisions. So it's just kind of like that. It's hard though, because when you're watching your 401k, you're watching your life savings, especially down the downturn in 2008 was terrifying. I mean, it was hard to sit there and watch everything I've worked for just erode away, but you have to trust the system, and you have to think of it like you think of it. These companies aren't going out of business. They're not going to happen. That's a collapse of the American economy, and that's a much bigger issue than you not being able to live in the villages in 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's one or the other. Either you believe in the American capitalistic system or you don't. If you think it's going away, then bury your money under your house in the form of gold bullion or something.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you, corn seeds and gunpowder. But if you believe the system has fits and starts and it's going to carry on like it always has, then just, again, take a break, man. Yeah. Chill. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay.
Very good. All right, let's get into this one because I find this. The question here is when did your parents stop being idiots? But then it says, what age did you realize their advice was spot on? And I think what you meant by that first one was, you thought as a kid you knew so much more. You had that figured out much more. And your parents, all their advice was boring. And, yes, if I save $5 a day, Dad, I guess I can have this in 35 or 40 years. And it's so hard to even think 10 years in advance when you're 18 or 20 years old. You have your entire life in front of you. But then you look back and realize, turns out my old man was onto something there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's true on so many levels. Obviously, we all know everything at 18, and then about 5 or 6 years later, we realize, wait a minute, I'm getting dumber by the minute. So, the reason I brought that up is because I still, to this day, I'll have somebody come in, a retiree or something with an adult child, meaning somebody maybe in their 40s or 50s, and I get this adult child questioning the elderly parent who has millions of dollars, right? Well, why do they do this and why do they do that? And then you come to find out that the 45-year-old doesn't have a pot to what in, right? And you're like, why are you? So, I mean, my point being that it continues. It seems to sometimes continue forever where mom and dad have money, they've done well. Maybe you should stop questioning them and maybe you should question them, but question them how they did it.
Right.
Not why you think it isn't a good idea. I mean, again, it's like walking into a gym and saying to Michael Jordan at 50 or 60 or however old he is these days and saying, man, I don't think you did that right? Your parents have the money.
Yeah.
They're the millionaires. You're not. Maybe, just maybe, they know what they're doing or knew what they were doing. And oftentimes what I find, and what made me think of this, I was explaining to somebody, I was telling somebody a story about the 50-year-old young man and I say young man, came into the office with his elderly mother who has recently lost her husband, and he's just berating her or trying to berate her about the decision she's made. And I'm thinking to myself, she's completely comfortable, has a paid-for house, $3 million in an account. You ain't got squat. What are you talking about? Right? So, again, what I'm saying to people out there is if you are that elderly person who has accumulated wealth, don't let people talk you out of what has worked for you. And if you're a adult child, maybe don't, before you start berating your parents for having done this silly, what do you got AT&T for, Johnson, take a deep breath, find out why they did what they did, and maybe you'll learn something.
It's funny because a lot of people who spend time online, they look, and I've said this before, I think one of the greatest injustices of our youth, a number of them, one of them is that social media has sold the fact that becoming wealthy or comfortable or getting yourself in a position for life is easy. It's just a side hustle away.
You just have to be an influencer.
You just have to be an influencer. Yeah. You just have to do this little real estate hack that I showed you, and then you can buy real estate with other people's money, and you'll be rich in no time. That is one of the worst things because it really has infiltrated that culture of 25 and under. They do believe that they're going to make bunches of money going online and doing these side hustles, and we know for a fact half of them are scams, and the other half require actual work, which those people certainly aren't willing to put in.
I think you're right. I think that is, and it's also given people the false impression they know something they don't know.
Right, exactly.
And that's dangerous. I mean, Socrates says the ultimate knowledge is to recognize that you don't know as much as you think you know. I'm butchering his phrase, but you get the point.
It's true.
Is the ultimate knowledge is to know that you can't have the ultimate knowledge. And these young people are being told daily via their phones, via TikTok, via Instagram, via whatever, that, like you said, you're just one hack away. You're not one hack away. The hack is working your behind off for 30 years and being diligent and being responsible. And of course, that's no fun. So people tend to shy away from it.
The problem is, Scott, again, when you say it's no fun, right, that in itself is really a hurdle that we throw up, because in reality, earning money is fun. The fact is, if you do it correctly, you really don't think about it. That's the truth. The truth is you just simply don't think about it. Once you make saving a habit, and you realize when I get my paycheck, my money's already been deducted. It's already in my savings account, or it's already in my 401k or Roth, and it's already doing its job. It's out there in the market earning money on the daily basis as the market provides. That sounds boring, but in reality, you don't really think about it. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is like, okay, here's my paycheck. I got to pull off a third of this. Let me take that third of that paycheck away from this other hand and go and stick this in the bank. And you see that money going away. But in reality, it's all handled. And then you just realize that's the money you have to work with. You don't even consider that other money. And it doesn't make it that difficult. And then you can live your life, and you can make other adjustments for your investments outside of that long-term investment as well. But, you know, when people hear that time, and, you know, now things are faster than ever with the idea of social media reducing your attention span from, what was it, 11, 12 seconds?
And now it's like 8, 7.
And now it's that or lower.
Yeah.
You know, that people just aren't willing to consume all that information to make the best decision. If you can't get them all of the information in 30 seconds, they're simply not interested in hearing it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of meaningful information you can get in 8 seconds, right? It takes a minute to digest. So, yeah, I mean, and I know this is one of Jack's favorite things, is once the delayed gratification becomes the gratification, that's when it'll change for you.
Yep.
Once you start to enjoy the process, once you start to, you saved your first 1,000, then suddenly that 1,000 threw off 100, then you got to 10,000, that threw off 1,000, and 20,000 and 50,000. That's when it becomes meaningful. Once you cross that tipping point, most people's whole way of looking at things changes, but it does take some perseverance. And when I said it's no fun, it doesn't sound fun. What I will tell you is when you get that accomplishment behind you, it's super fun and it's super gratifying.
I watched it happen to my daughter. My daughter kind of struggled for a little while, got herself a great job, and then started saving money. And the confidence, the way she carried herself, her shoulders looked different just because she had a little money in the bank and she saw the path to making a good position for herself a little bit later. Well, Scott, we're close on time here, and I want to make sure that you get your plugs out because you're here. You're here for a reason. You know, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. There's a number of pieces of information there that you could really benefit from. Your books are certainly part of that.
Yep, the book's on there. I Never Made Anybody Rich. There's the second edition out. We'll send that to you. And if you want to do a consult with us, you're in that red zone of retirement, you can reach us at EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. And I will tell you a little tease, September, we are putting an event together that we'll be talking about next week.
Very nice, buddy. I appreciate that. Good and loud for Scott Brown, guys.
Yay!
Again, that's EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. 37 plus years here in this business. If you want to consult, call these guys. They'll set it up for you. Talk to them about how they can make your life better in a few years. Guys, they can do it for you for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would tell you to play well, but I don't mean it.
Yeah.
I know you don't. I'm going to anyway.
Go make sure your roof is still on the house.
All right, we'll see you, Scott. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up. Trivia's next. We have tickets for Taste of Central Florida or tickets to Island H2O's Endless Summer. We'll do that right after this.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
U.S. women's soccer advanced to the gold medal match today by beating Germany in the semis. Team USA will face either Spain or Brazil on Saturday. Americans failed to medal in individual equestrian jumping.
Oh, no. The last jump, you could see a little hesitation going in.
American runner Cole Hocker upset the field to win gold in the men's 1,500 meters in Olympic record time.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance.
Surprisingly, Tyreek Hill was voted #1 by the players in the top 100 list. Yeah, it's a great honor, but the reality is the Chiefs have been better without him, winning back-to-back Super Bowls. The NFL always has had like one or two mega-talented receivers the media loves, who never are conducive to making or winning Super Bowls. Tyreek, just the next in line. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Time to be a hero. Tell your friends and family about my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Look, man, if you have a family member or a friend that you think could benefit from Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan, you got to get them over there. I did this for my in-laws, and it was one of the greatest things ever. I've told the story before. I'll tell it again. It's so important and so impactful. When my wife and I got our scans and we came back clean, I had a couple of issues, not my heart, thank God, but some other issues that we could take care of. I took that information right over to my doctor, and we started building that plan of how we were going to treat these things. Guess what? Everything's fine now. The minute we found out how easy this was, we called the in-laws. We said, you got to get over there. We set up their appointments and got them over. A couple weeks later, or a couple days later, we got the results. She called, my mother-in-law called my wife while I was standing right there. That relief in her voice when she told my wife that she and her husband were clear, that is what it's all about. Early detection saves lives, guys. Don't wait. Do what I did. Do what my wife, my in-laws did. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. While you're there, you have to ask about the cancer screening as well. And it's easy to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. You will be connected in seconds. When you get connected, make that appointment. Make that call today, guys. Make this the year you finally take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
With over 100 million albums sold, 20 #1 hits, and 10 #1 albums, an evening of icons, an unforgettable night of classic hits. With the Commodores and Pointer Sisters. With special guests, the Spinners. November 14th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Get tickets now at casino.hardrock.com/Tampa or Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Hey, Leesburg, get ready for an evening of fun and excitement this Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. Join us at Town Square for live music featuring the incredible John Jaycee. But that's not all. Experience the magic of our evening market on 5th Street. Browse unique finds and tasty treats. Grab a drink, ice cream, or savory snack from one of our downtown establishments as you stroll and discover Leesburg. Mark your calendars for this Friday. Discover Leesburg. Go to Leesburg Special Events on Facebook for more info.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text PREP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text PREP to 42424. That's PREP to 42424.
It's Chelsea from Renewal by Anderson with some fantastic news. Renewal by Anderson is having their end of summer sale, and it is hotter than the Florida sun. Limited time offer, get $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors. Renewal by Anderson's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Big news for veterans and first-time homebuyers. The Hometown Heroes program provides up to $35,000 down payment and closing costs. Get pre-approved at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thatmortgageguydon.com. Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search gym members and join our group.
Good afternoon, morning, Colbert Carew. All right, so Jack, I know I emailed you. You should have gotten that, and I'm sure the Venmo came through as well, so I do expect to be sitting at Jimmy's table with that big T out. Jimmy, I'm going to crush you.
Those are fighting words, Colbert.
Yeah, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, Jimmy, what do you got to say?
I'll bring a phone book so you can see me.
Damn. Damn.
Can he? Maybe
he lives in a stocking. You guys know that, right? His mom hangs it right there by the fireplace. He just crawls in like a bat at the end of the night.
You have to be careful. If you give him anything like a piece of clothing, then you're going to free him.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it goes in Harry Potter?
Yeah. I don't know. Right. But I know he wanders through houses and stows away shiny stuff like a ferret. You have to be very careful with this guy. Very careful.
Now you know what to do with all those empty cigar boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Build him a house.
Let him live in. Yeah, that's like king bed for that guy. Like a king bed. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. I'm not. Listen. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Big T's great. Travis Wood Concepts, he's actually making us pallet coasters for a part of our silent.
Oh, is it really?
Right, yeah.
And they're like mini pallets that are coasters for your drink.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Speaking of Jack, he's got the Jackie sack.
Yeah,
all aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a choice of 2 prizes, so let's go. A pair of tickets to see Taste Central Florida. It's the 33rd annual culinary celebration. It's happening this Saturday at Signia by Hilton Orlando Bonnet Creek. You know, that's a nice
fancy
one.
time. Yeah, that's very nice. Fancy time out there, Jack.
You get to enjoy a sampling of culinary delights prepared by area chefs, silent auction, music, and more. Benefits of Second Harvest and also Coalition for the Homeless. Love both of those charities. Tickets are available at tastecfl.org. The other prize in the Jackie Sack today, also for this Saturday night, tickets to Endless Summer at Island H2O Water Park. This is an 18-plus event this Saturday.
Oh, yeah, player. You know what that means.
Yeah, we're talking a perfect night out, glow foam party, slides, rides, wave pool, lazy river, and music by DJ Dirty Mello.
What Slides and rides and DJ Dirty Mello.
Let's go. Did I mention glow foam party?
Oh,
Glow
what?
foam, yeah.
You get to choose.
Reach in the foam. You never know what you'll get.
Jackie Sack is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Let the pros handle that move. Doesn't matter if it's local, long-distance, residential, or commercial, but it does matter that you mentioned the Jim Colbert Show, because that's going to snag you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Glow foam, back to you.
Thanks, Deb. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Jackie goes first today.
James is up number 1 out of the gate.
James right there on line 4. James, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you guys?
Doing great, buddy. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, sir. I'd love to.
Let's do it then.
Game show.
I like that you say sir, buddy. That's great. I like that Southern respect. I like that a lot. All right, James, it's a real easy game, man. I got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is a lie. It's untrue. I'm trying to fool you purposefully. But if you can see through my whim, I will give you a wonderful prize of your choice. Are you ready?
I am ready.
How old are you, James, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 53 years old.
All right, buddy. Very good. Here we go. On this day in 1970, director, writer, actor, author, known for mysterious, creepy films.
M. Night Shyamalan?
That's the answer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Famous for surprising, twisting Indians. He is endings. Oh.
Those twisting Indians, they'll get you.
I'll tell you where it happened. He's the most successul Indian American director of all time. There you go. That's where he is.
All right.
M. Night Shyamalan was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about M. Night Shyamalan and one lie that was dead the whole time.
Oh.
Hey, James, good luck.
I see dead people.
Here we go, buddy. Number 1. M. Night's movies have grossed over $3.3 billion worldwide.
Wow.
Number 2, he's a Philadelphia 76ers season ticket holder. Number 3, he's a giant fan of the sport cricket and is the co-owner of the Indian cricket team, the Delhi Capitals. Or lastly, his middle name, Knight, was just made up. His full name is Manoj Nelliyadu Shyamalan.
He gets a buzzer for that, Jack.
I think he nailed it.
I'm going to go with the first one.
No, dude, that's right. His movies have grossed over $3.3 billion worldwide.
Wow.
Not bad. Jack, who's next?
Teresa.
Teresa right there on line 3. Teresa, how you doing?
Hello.
You doing all right today, Teresa?
I'm doing good.
All right,
How are you?
Doing great. We're talking about the director M. Night Shyamalan. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, he's a Philadelphia 76ers season ticket holder. Number 2, he's a giant fan of the sport cricket and is the co-owner of the Indian cricket team, the Delhi Capitals. Or lastly, his middle name, Knight, is just made up. His full name is Manoj Nelliyadu Shyamalan.
Damn good.
I'm going to go with number 2.
And you're going to go to the prize because you are a winner! Hey, which one are you going to choose? Do you know?
I think I'm going to go with The Taste of Orlando.
Not into the foam party, huh?
No, I don't think so.
You hit me as a foam party kind of girl, though. No?
No.
Gotta shave your legs
No,
for that.
I've been to the Taste of Florida before.
All right, very nice.
It was really nice.
All right, very good. Well, enjoy the taste of Florida, and I think you'll enjoy that. We'll put
He's
you on
looking
hold.
for someone to go with him to go play in the
Yeah,
foam.
right.
Teresa, I think you're making a wise choice.
Yeah, right.
as well.
He is a 76ers season ticket holder. Did you guys know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he moved from India to Philadelphia when he was 6. So he's lived just outside of Philadelphia for basically his entire life. And actually, most of his films are shot right around there.
Very Northeast feel to it.
His new movie is, I saw it. I'm a little annoyed by it, but I think I might go see it.
What is it again?
I think it's called Trap.
Yeah,
and
Trap.
it's with Josh,
the
Trap,
concept.
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
They showed this in the promo. My problem with it is that the T-shirt vendor kind of reveals the cops' big plan. That in the commercial, they say, "Oh, the cops! This concert's a big setup." You know, it's like the T-shirt vendor would be telling a rando on the concourse.
Because the whole idea is there's a serial killer at like a Taylor Swift show.
Yeah.
Right, and they got to find him.
It's the dad of the young girl.
The whole concert's a setup.
Yeah,
and
right.
The T-shirt vendor knows it, and he's telling some rando.
And I got to tell you,
every T-shirt vendor.
It is a hit and miss with these M. Night shows. It's
They
like going
are.
to see Guns N' Roses. They're going to get there eventually.
Yeah.
But you just don't know when. It could be the next week.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because Sixth Sense was awesome. Signs was awesome.
Split was awesome.
Didn't see that one.
The Village was pretty darn good, too.
Split was good. I like The Village.
But The Happening was bad. Lady in the Water was bad.
What about the one on the beach? The
Old?
Yes. I did not. No.
Yeah. Those didn't hit like Signs and Sixth Sense and the big ones, the ones obviously that made him all his money.
Yeah.
A couple other things you may not know. His real name is Manoj, Manoj. Is that right? Manoj? Nelliyadu, Nill. Nill. Nilliyattu, Nelliyatu.
Why do you do this to yourself?
I don't know. He was born in India.
But it's the rose of my day.
By the time he was 17 years old, how many homemade movies had M. Night already made? Little short films.
I'm going to go 30.
Okay.
I'm going to go 70.
Yeah, very nice. You should have just done the one over Shaw thing. That would have won as well. But yeah, 46.
Oh.
46 films.
I should have shot him.
It was pretty close, actually. He turned down the directing job for 3 of the biggest movies in the last 15 years.
Star Wars?
No. You're close, though. It's the same kind of feel a little bit.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, not like that. Not like the space thing. Fantasy stuff.
Oh, sorry.
He turned down 3 of the Harry Potter movies.
Oh.
And he turned down the Chronicles of Narnia. They came to him first to do those. Very fantastic movies, lots of magical kind of things happening. They figured that he would be good about it.
Yeah, he probably would have screwed him up.
Turned it down, right, exactly. Turned him down because of other commitments. And by the way, he likes to do projects he has complete control over.
No.
And when you're heading up a studio like that, you are not going to have complete control over. And then lastly here, his parents, wife, and 9 other family members are either medical doctors or PhDs.
So he's the failure in the family.
he's the dumbass. Who's both the most money probably, but he's the dumbass in his family.
No doubt.
He's got an estate just outside of Philadelphia there, in a place up in Pennsylvania that's like 125 acres with a 27,000 square foot old house castle.
Oh.
And he just bought another farm thing with another 150 acres with a house and barns. And by the way, when you screen movies, like when you're in one of his movies and he screens it for you, his offices and the screening room are an old barn that he's had refinished to do that.
Best place to do it.
Pretty cool. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Something's coming to Orlando, and you're going to see it. I'm going to tell you in advance so you don't freak out. That's next.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
Still seeing delays in the usual spots on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Looking at delays still southbound on the Turnpike due to an earlier crash that was reported near the Osceola Parkway exit. No problems to report for those who need to take the 408 or the 429. If you run into traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
This summer, get a brand new grill at a great price from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware, up to $300 off a brand new Traeger grill. Get that wood-fired flavor you love when you cook for the family. Or maybe a propane grill. How about up to $150 off a brand new grill from Napoleon? That's their professional series. Hot across the entire top, an amazing grill. Tools Ace also carries grills and pizza ovens from Big Green Egg, Weber, Rectech, Gosney, and Uni. And when you buy a grill from Tools Ace, you get free assembly and free local delivery on grill purchases $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace Hardware, 13 convenient locations all throughout Central Florida, or you can just shop online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Need a break from the dog days of summer? Relief from high interest rates, high prices, and even higher temperatures? International Diamond Center is here to help with lower prices, free financing, and a free romantic getaway. It's IDC's Summer of Savings event going on now through August 31st. Special pricing across the board on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, pendants, designer fashion jewelry, colored gemstone jewelry, and incredible Swiss watches. Make any qualifying purchase now and IDC will give you 24 months zero interest financing, plus a free romantic dinner and a 3-night luxury getaway to places like Las Vegas, Miami, Nashville, or the cool Smoky Mountains. We've even got a 4-night Caribbean cruise. So instead of sizzling in the heat, put some sizzle in your relationship. Get the guaranteed best value price, free dinner, a free vacation, and free 24 months no interest financing. Now through the end of August only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations. Minimum purchase required on approved credit. See store for details.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 Gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 Gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-888-201-7080. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-888-201-7080 now to secure your 1904p $20 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-888-201-7080.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Reserve now for Harry's Sip and Savor at Harry's Poolside Bar and Grill. Saturday, August 17th. Intoxicating cocktails with a dazzlingly creative menu. The summer edition of Sip and Savor pairs Chef Tello Luna and his team with special guest Pernod Ricard. For information and reservations, go to harryspoolside.com.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
Hey, Jimmy, did you see what happened over the weekend with men's doubles badminton? Taiwan beat China, and China was petty, but I love seeing all the stuff that happens with the countries being petty.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a tense relationship.
Oh,
that'd be like you playing your ex-wife.
So for Taiwan to play, they had to play under a flag that was approved by China.
Right, yeah.
You know, and so with the coverage of it, China was cutting away when Taiwan was kicking their butt, and then they came back when China started coming back. The Chinese coverage resumed again, but they also they would only show. Like some crowd shots were not shown on Chinese television because in the background you had fans supporting Taiwan and their liberation and, you know, that as an independent country, whereas China had only wants their approved images shown on television.
Right, yeah. Because they feel like Taiwan's a sovereign country, but China feels that they still kind of own them. That's the Russia-Ukraine thing.
Yeah.
They look at it more like a Crimea scenario. Yeah, not there. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. So Deb was telling me that you guys already talked about this a little bit going out. I did not know that. That's one of the terrible things about.
You should listen. It's a great show.
Up there getting eaten by ticks and drinking Modelo after Modelo.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah. But the Creative City Project, and this is the big pigeon thing that's happening in downtown. I saw this today. Now, are these images, are those like actual sizes? Because this is like Channel 6's website, and they have kind of these big pigeons superimposed of kind of where they're supposed to go to give you an idea. Now, like a giant pigeon, if you told me, hey, turn left at the giant pigeon, I would look for a pigeon that's like 1.5 feet tall. That's a giant pigeon. Because pigeons are only like, maybe 2 feet tall, maybe 3.
God.
If I saw a 3 foot tall pigeon, I would think that is a colossal pigeon.
Yeah, because it is a colossal pigeon.
But the pigeons that they have superimposed on these buildings in Orlando are like 9 feet tall. They're like blow-ups.
Yeah. No.
Is that what they are? They're inflatables?
I believe so. I know Brendan O'Connor was talking about it on Friday when he was in because he's part of the installation before he goes to chop wood.
Yeah. Okay. They are.
That was not a euphemism.
They're inflatable pigeons. And okay, so.
Oh, your favorites, Jimmy. They're inflatables. Oh, we got to take you out on a tour with the pigeons around Orlando.
No, I do. I love the art stuff. I know probably a lot of people don't believe I love that. I love the arts, right? I have a deep appreciation for the arts. Like that thing that's happening on that parking garage downtown, right off of I-4, right in downtown Orlando. It looks like it's paper, like flying across the, like it's loose leaf paper flying across the
first time I saw it, I thought, oh man, they were having a paint problem on that. Like it's peeling paint.
Yeah, I thought it was actually like two of the panels or something get folded back or whatever like that. Then I realized, I'm like, well, that's intentional.
Yeah.
Then I tried to figure out, well, is that to divert water if it rains? What is that? Because I saw it in its infancy because they could only put up so much at a time.
Right.
So I drove by when they only had like 3 panels up. And then we drove by again, like, a couple weeks later or whatever, and they had like more, and then there was more of them.
They're doing something.
Right. So what is that? Okay, so throughout history, it says, pigeons have played a role in society through communication, companionship, and warfare. Of course, that's the carrier pigeons and things like that.
Homing pigeons.
So is that the whole idea, is to, like, these are just supposed to beautify the city even more? I mean, we are the city beautiful. Is that the idea of this?
Or a sense of whimsy, wonder?
Is that all it is? I mean, there's no really deeper meaning other than the fact that they want some giant inflatable pigeons hanging out? No, I'm kind of being serious because I don't really understand the meaning of it. Like when they did the lizard thing, like you guys remember that, right?
Yeah.
Like the lizard when they were
the geckos or something.
It's an art installation.
Exactly.
Right? It's just art.
It's just art, right?
Spreading art.
Has no meaning.
Yeah.
It's just that they're putting it out there. Did they explain why they chose pigeons as opposed to like flamingos, something a little bit more relatable to Florida? Or a bird that's more related to Florida than pigeons that are really related to, I mean, they're everywhere, but I mean, I think pigeons are, if you say pigeons, you're like, oh yeah, it's a park in New York.
Yeah.
Is that true, right? I mean, most people believe that the pigeon, like if you say, where are the most pigeons? They're going to be, it's in Central Park in New York being fed by some old lady.
Yeah. Eating a dead bear cub on a bicycle.
Yeah. RFK left a bunch of dead cubs out there.
Thank you, RFK.
Yeah.
Good choice. Or Trafalgar Square. I mean, most everywhere in the world that you go to, there are massive amounts of pigeons.
Yeah, big buildings, statues.
People, the food.
Yeah, those are places that would attract pigeons.
16 feet high.
Yeah.
16 feet high.
That's a big
20 foot. Yeah, they are. They're neon colors.
Yeah.
Why are you guys looking at me like you're waiting to tell me something I don't know? Like they'll have wieners or something? Well, is there something I don't know about this?
No,
because you guys are looking at me crazy. Like
you said we talked about this, and I'm like, this is the first time I'm hearing most of this.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. I know Brendan and Deb mentioned it, but they were doing their own show.
Oh, yeah. Were they really? Have you seen the images? Go to clickorlando.com and look at these things. All right, that's channel 6 here locally. Clickorlando.com and go to these pigeons and where they're going to be. It tells you exactly where they're going to be. And it looks like it's the same size. They're trying to get in. It's over. Like it's going to be like overwhelming. And I mean, they don't think these things are going to last, right?
No, I don't think that's the purpose of them. It's just a temporary art installation.
How long is it supposed to last?
I don't know that.
Just as long as they stay up there or whatever?
I don't know.
Orlando Public Library is going to have one pigeon. It's going to be like right there at the entrance. Casey's on Central is going to have 2 pigeons on it. One looking down Orange and one looking down Central Avenue.
I'm showing it on your screen.
Right? Yeah.
Who
There you
like
go.
Going to Casey's.
Go to JimColbertLive.com and you can actually see what we're talking about.
That's the Casey's one.
Yeah. The big purple one is going to be on the Beecham, which is the next one up, I believe. I mean, you keep going there, Jack. And that big pink one there, I don't even know where that one's going to be. The Chop House at Crest, which is like down on Orange Avenue. Wall Street Cantina is going to have one. There's going to be 4 of them down at the Creative City Project there in Orlando.
Orlando Public Library is going to get one.
Yeah. I like it.
It's a great way to get people to come downtown, take some selfies with the big pigeons.
Big pigeon.
Maybe, go find a bite to eat.
God, I've been to a lot of cities. They don't do stuff like this.
They
like,
do.
I mean,
they
they don't. Though you go to Austin, you don't see you see permanent stuff like our glass thing down in front of the courthouse, but you don't see inflatable pigeons just hanging out around. They don't do stuff like that.
Well, you've got.
I'm not saying it's bad for the record, guys. I'm not. Please don't think I'm.
No, so when you do it like this, you're not going to put all these pigeons around in a permanent installation. So it allows you to kind of explore more, kind of get a little more edgy or a little more avant-garde with the artwork if it's a temporary thing where people are going to be, how much does it cost? Who's doing it? Why is it, there?
That's exactly what they're doing. It says right here, they're bringing it down to bolster downtown's local businesses and foster a sense of community. They want people to come down there and stare at these big pigeons.
Right.
That's exactly what they want. They want you to come down and marvel at the pigeons.
But only during daytime hours, because at nightfall, they want you the hell out of there.
Yeah, right.
Well, you remember that a while ago, they had those, some cities, they were known for the steers. So artists in that city would decorate, a cow. Then there were manatees in other cities.
I've seen doors. I've seen we've been through a small city where you you would decorate your door specifically for the community or whatever. I've seen that. I just haven't seen like giant inflatables that the city puts in as part of an art project. And again, have no problem with it. I think it's actually kind of cool. I'm going to want to see them.
Yeah, this is something I would certainly expect more of Minneapolis.
Who doesn't want to see a 16-foot pigeon? A neon green 16-foot pigeon peering over a steakhouse. I'm down. Well, I wish them the best with it. I wonder how long they're supposed to be up. It doesn't really say here in the story how long they're supposed to be up and around, but I guess maybe.
Well, as long as they last.
Yeah. That's the thing is like you just, you're really
jerk off with the slingshot.
Yeah, you're rolling the dice, man. I can imagine how much these things are. I mean, the inflatables you get for Halloween are expensive. Like that giant 12-foot Jack Skeleton thing they have.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's like $380. These things have to be like $1,000 a piece.
Well, they have benefactors for it, so it's not like it's public money.
No, again, and I'm sure they do. I mean, obviously they know they're going to.
Why do you hate art?
You know they're going to get that.
You keep saying you don't hate it.
I'm the only one pitching a bitch about what's happening with the Pulse thing. Like, I'm the only person saying anything about that, freaking out about it. I don't, for the life of me, do not understand how that's not a front page story every day. That they poured that kind of money in there, it just disappeared, and they're about to reload them again with another load of cash. Don't get it. No, don't get these pigeons either. I'm going to be honest with you.
We know.
The people that mismanage the cash are now out of the project.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's don't do anything to them.
Yeah.
Let's don't ask any questions. They just spin it. It was on, and it's just gone now.
And
it's just admin fees. Everything's gone, guys. Nothing got happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Right.
Nothing happened for $2 million. Nothing.
Was any law violated?
I don't know.
I know, right?
Who would know without an investigation?
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I told you there were certain athletes at the Olympics that deserve the utmost respect. I'll tell you why next.
Because sometimes inviting amongst friends is exactly what you need to lower the volume on the voices in your head. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traffic is heavy on I-4 in the usual spots, both east and westbound between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road and between the Beach Line and 535. No major problems to report at this time up and down Florida's Turnpike. Traffic is now moving well for those on the Beach Line and the Greenway. If you run into traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Guys, listen up. If you have plans to sell your home for any reason at all, take a few minutes before you do that, before you make that move, and learn about the Nickley Group. And the reason why is it can make you some money out there. Stress-free, innovative real estate solutions for sellers and buyers. These guys are doing it a little different out there. And if you don't believe the news, and don't believe the news, that the market is softening, homes in this area still sell for record prices. So look, if you're considering selling your home for any reason, maybe you're relocating, downsizing, maybe you just need a bigger home, contact the guys at the Nickley Group. So many options. And even better, these guys sell homes on an average of 6% more, and they sell them twice as fast as well. Get your home valued instantly. You can even get a guaranteed cash offer or list your home. Do all of that at thenickley.com. 3,000 5-star reviews. They know what they're doing. So if you're longing for that next level real estate experience, mortgage services, moving assistance, marketing, and a team of experienced realtors, you got to get with the Nickley Group. It's thenickley.com, Nickley group.com.
Can you believe kids are already going back to school? And while it's hard to admit, that means another allergy season is just around the corner. Studies show that kids with allergies have a hard time concentrating in school and have more absences than those without allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. So what are you waiting for? Set your appointment today at Aspire Allergy and Sinus and find a solution for the whole family. Go to aspireallergy.com today. That's aspireallergy.com.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, one firm for life.
Create the perfect backyard this summer with Tools Ace Hardware. Tools Ace Hardware carries the best brands in outdoor cooking like Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, Uni, Gosney, Rectech, and more. Tools also carries Polywood outdoor furniture made from durable recycled plastic that will last for years and won't fade. Tools has Adirondack chairs, rocking chairs, seating, and dining sets in stock and can special order any item quickly. Get free assembly and local delivery on any grill or patio furniture purchase $3.99 and up. Tools Ace has 13 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm Mo DeWitt, and the Just Call Mo Comedy Jam is back. Join us Thursday, September 5th at the Orlando Funny Bone. And remember, it's all for the Yellow Brick Road Foundation, a great local charity. Tickets start at just $20. Get yours today at mocomedyjam.com.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the Tea from Perry every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Tea from Perry. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need a new roof? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
This is evil, eh? Yeah. But Jimmy and Jack calling anybody that's 20 years old hot, including me saying that, is creepo territory.
No, it's not.
My daughter is going to be 27 this month.
I got a 30-year-old.
And I'm never going to say she's hot. She's
Well,
pretty,
it's your
yes.
daughter, buddy.
Okay.
It's different. It was because of the story. That's why I said it. She's so hot. She's part of the story. And she's a pretty girl. And she is very young. You're right.
Swimmer Luana Alonso.
Yeah.
And you can see her on our screen there.
Yeah, JimColbertLive.com. She kind of looks like Chrissy Teigen a little bit. Or Chrissy Teigen, I should say.
a little bit.
A little bit. A younger Chrissy Teigen. Super high cheekbones, you know? Kind of a exotic look about her, you know? All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
I was trying to think of exactly which one this was. I kind of glanced the story today, and then I read a little bit more of it. I wanted to make sure that I got it right with the athletes that were involved. What would make an athlete? If you saw an athlete get a medal, and after the fact they told you something about that athlete, and it impressed you 5 times as much, what would you think that would have to be? Like if you saw like let's say whatever the sport is, and there's your gold medal, there's your silver, and there's your bronze.
That they were dealing with some limitation somehow that they had to overcome that you were not aware, and it could be a mental issue, a personal tragedy, a death in the family, a physical ailment.
Could be something else too, right? Could be something like that, but is on the other side of that.
Well, like being homeless, you know, and still finding a way to get your training and your education in.
How about pregnant?
Yeah, that would be impressive. It would depend on the sport.
Was it the archer?
Yeah, there's an archer
fencer.
and there was a fencer. Both of them, I guess, pregnant, competing. And you know what the funny thing is, I mean, in a much bigger story though, you know, I read a piece about this yesterday, and it's kind of used this as a jumping point about, you know, how women have the idea of being pregnant to women is way different than it used to be even 20 years ago. Whereas before, you know, like I remember in the 90s when my ex was pregnant with both of my daughters, I remember we got to a certain point and she didn't do anything. Like we got to a certain point with her pregnancy, that 7-8 month period, if I remember right, and because this is a while ago, but if I remember right, I mean, you know, there was not a lot of moving around. Matter of fact, I think for our first child, she was actually for that last month, I pushed her around in a wheelchair because she didn't have to walk around much.
Right, and the third trimester can be definitely difficult, more difficult for some than others.
Yeah, for sure. And if we talk to Ross tomorrow, we'll find out because I guess Olivia is due like in a couple weeks. 3 weeks or so, first week of September. So, I mean, he's already in there. And he's already done a podcast about that third trimester being being fun. But Azerbaijani, oh, God, she's an archer. She competed while 6.5 months pregnant. Now, you can see that. I mean, I'm not saying that archery doesn't have its limitations when it comes to physical, needs.
Right.
You're pulling a bow back and you're shooting it. But the fencing thing does.
I don't know. It might be easier because you have a place to rest your elbow.
It says, but the idea of women and how they treat their pregnancies has changed quite a bit. It's not like that. They don't, for lack of a better term, and no pun intended, they don't really baby themselves anymore. They kind of get out there and they're active. They're moving around. They don't really, it's not like this convalescent thing that I remember when I was growing up. Like if you were pregnant, you were like, okay, well, just don't touch her. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't be around. Don't be too loud.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that, really?
Mm-mm.
Oh man,
I was raised around women who were like, "Get out of my way! I've got floors to clean," and it takes me a while to bend down.
Yeah. No, beach volleyball player Carrie Walsh Jennings won her third gold medal, unknowingly 5 weeks pregnant with her third child.
Oh wow!
Yeah. There you go. Now again, 5 weeks. That's again, no pun intended, in the infancy of your pregnancy.
Yeah, you're just
and matter of fact,
first trimester.
Might not even know.
Probably
5
not.
weeks, right?
Probably not.
She says, I was throwing my body around fearlessly.
Oh, she didn't know.
Going for gold for our country, and I was pregnant the entire time.
And had no idea.
Yeah, no clue whatsoever. That's probably pretty common, though, right? Like, I mean, you don't know. I mean, 5 weeks is just outside of your period, so usually a late period is the first indicator, right?
For missed or, late.
Yeah.
You have to have a fairly regular menstrual cycle to be able to go, oh.
And that's not common anymore. I mean, that's not a completely common thing anymore that you have a regular cycle all the time.
It never was.
God, it's crazy how much I learned.
It never was.
Man, again, when you have daughters, man, you learn a lot about what happens and what women have to deal with, and through all parts of their life. Of course, I've been married twice, some of it, but I don't get the intimate details of stuff like that. My wife doesn't share those things with me like that. My ex didn't either.
You guys don't want to know.
No. Well, I mean, you're right. I don't. I mean,
Truth's out.
that doesn't make me a bad person for not wanting to know.
No, not at all. But I think the most frustrating
Deb, it
part
could be icky sometimes.
But I know, absolutely, I know. But it's frustrating when legislation is being written up by men who have to wonder how a woman can urinate when she has a tampon in.
Yeah.
Which tells me you only know about the whole you get to.
Right. Yeah. You know
right?
about know about that one.
You don't know about anything else.
Right. About the anatomy in general.
But you get to tell me what I can do with it, but you don't know what the hell it does.
Dude, I got to tell you, I read a story the other day, and it was talking about that very thing, about how little, and it was based on a political argument like that, about how little men know about the female anatomy. You know what came out of that? The end paragraph of that story was how little women know about their own anatomy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And remember that story we talked about where it was a TV show, and it was one of these shows like HBO or whatever, and women saw their crotch for the first time? Do you remember that show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of the very first What'd You Do's we did, right?
Wasn't one of the first ones. It was within the past year.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Who offered that, by the way?
I did.
Was
I
that
made
yours?
you watch that.
Yeah.
Deb rolled her
yeah,
eyes.
that's right.
Deb was all angry about it.
Because it was like, why?
And these women had never seen their business. They had never seen it. And again, you don't think about that because you're like, well, I don't bend down and inspect my mind every day. But for us, it's outer.
It's on your forehead,
right?
dude. Give me a break.
It's outer.
You think with it. You drive with it. You knock the pole vault down in Paris with it.
Yeah. It's outer, so it's unavoidable for us. It's not like kind of tucked down.
Bumping into stuff.
Yeah, you're bumping into everything with it. Can't even pole vault anymore. But you guys, it's not like that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that women.
You saw the vagina monologues, and you saw just how much in that women have a disconnect.
I know, but I thought part of that was like the art aspect of it, like just storytelling part of it. I didn't realize that.
No, that was straight up. That was 100% solid truth.
How prevalent is that?
That is
like how prevalent. What percentage of women do you believe that work in this building do not have an idea of what they look like downstairs?
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to imagine that. The people I work
I'm just
with.
asking for a number. It's a simple number. This is not. I'm not asking you to name names.
5.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a number. 5.
As opposed to 100% of dudes
Yeah.
who have mapped every part of their anatomy and they know everything about it.
Now we got to walk the hall. I'm like, yes, no, definitely not. Definitely.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
Do not HR that. Or blow this podcast. You're the one that's saying it.
You're the one who put it in my head.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything. I asked a question about numbers.
5. Here's a number.
Is that an older thing?
No.
Do you think younger people do that? Do younger girls know more?
It's hard to say because of the social media generation.
Yeah.
But that's fairly just common.
Really?
I mean, it's also the ideas of how we're raised.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That has a bigger issue to do with that.
I think the cultural aspect of that probably has more to do with any of that. I know, there are progressive families that I remember being around with my kids when I was young, and they would have conversations openly around 10 and 11, 12-year-olds that I would not have had, like talking about anatomy, talking about body functions and things like that. Scientifically, it wasn't gross. It wasn't meant to be malicious or salacious by any means, but they were still talking about it right in front of these 10-year-old, 12-year-old kids.
Hey.
Well, it's information.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's science. It's just all science, but it's just...
You don't want them getting that from social media or their friends.
Or their friends.
You don't want them getting it from there.
I never got the talk.
Nope.
Did you ever get the talk?
No.
From your Catholic mom and dad?
No, not my dad. Again,
Yeah.
first generation
Right,
American.
Yeah.
Mom wasn't allowed to shower naked.
Yeah. What? You told me this before.
Yes, because she lived in a boarding school, and the nuns, they used to have to wear a little
gown
like
thing,
a
right?
hospital gown, and they were told that when you wash, you close your eyes. So my talk was, why you want to do it? Why do you want to know? What question do you have? You just don't do it.
Really?
You want to know? What do you want to know? You planning to do it? That was my talk, Jimmy.
Wow. So it was like one of these things. It sounds like you got interrogated, not talked to. Just straight interrogated. My parents would never have breached that with me. That's something that, and I did not have the talk with my kids. I had a small talk with my son. And the small talk with my son was this: hey, when you think it's not happening, it's happening, so don't do it. All right. Even that pre thing can happen.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just as pregnant as the other stuff.
How about you, Jack?
With daughters, I just went to my wife. I go, you got this?
That's exactly what I said to my wife. Yeah. And my wife, not my ex, but my wife now, no problem with that stuff. Yeah. Like, no problem being straight up. This is the deal. This is the answer. This is what you can't do. This is what you got to look out for. Cut and dry. All the words, all the stuff. Like, no embarrassment, because my wife's thing is this, exactly what you said. Don't want that being learned by the little friend that doesn't have any,
guidance.
Yeah.
Or have complete misinformation.
Yeah, or not parents that really pay attention to things like that in their life. So they've had some experiences that my kids haven't had.
And when you don't get the talk, doesn't mean you still don't get the info or try to seek it out.
Right.
You just have to know how you're working around.
And Jack was the only boy in a family of girls. And his dad passed, so there's no way to tell you that. Your sisters ever mentioned it to you?
No.
What was your mom's talk like? Just don't do it. And if you get her pregnant, don't bring her home.
No, I don't remember.
None of that?
None of it.
Was your mom like that? Was she a forward person like that? Could she have a conversation like that with you?
Yeah.
That would have been horrible.
My mom could not. My mom would be so embarrassed. There's no way possible. No female in my family could talk to a male in the family about sexual stuff at all. That is so far out of bounds.
No, just leave it for the stepdad.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, God.
there you go.
That's just what I need to hear.
My mom could have, but she also could have enlisted my brother-in-law to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I was still a kid when my oldest sister got married.
Yeah.
I don't know if she did.
Yeah, but I don't
remember it.
But being around females like all that, did it have any effect on how you interacted with the girls when you first started dating or talking to them like romantically?
Nope.
Because here's the thing. Here's what I ask. I'm not trying to be. Yeah. You're in a house and you hear girls talking about how guys talk to them all the time.
Yeah.
Right. You hear that now. You only had a couple of sisters at home when you were.
So that was the thing.
Yeah, you only two, right?
Right. So 7 kids, but there was a big span there.
Right. Yeah.
The second oldest, my first day at kindergarten was her first day at college.
That's right. Yeah. So that there was no. But you did have 2 other sisters that were still living with you, right?
Yes. I read one sister's diary.
Oh my God, Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, you know he was on the hunt for dirt,
Jack.
Yeah.
How else was
a
he going to
kid.
control her?
You're a kid. What?
Jack, dude.
No, it's no big deal. My brother did that to me too.
That is a really big deal.
Well, and obviously that's going to be the first move a brother is going to look to make.
When you're 10,
yeah, he was a little dick then.
Yeah. I don't do it now. I won't read my.
Oh, you do not.
My daughter's diary stuff?
No way.
No, I just give them to my wife. I said, "You got this?"
Yeah.
And we're back to my original statement.
Jack Bradshaw's parenting site.
You got this?
Turn to your wife and say, "Do you got this?" The end. Give me your $100. Yeah, my mom had diaries, and my wife read them after my mom passed and said, "You are not allowed to read this."
Yeah,
She said there's about 7 of them. She goes, "You are not allowed to read this." She keeps them in her side table, but she doesn't have to because I'm not going to seek that out. I'm not going to be like, "I wonder what my mom is thinking."
Yeah.
And I don't want to get to page 3 and and have mom slip into Harlequin land. Yeah. There I was laying in the bed. Pass.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you write down.
Yeah.
Hey. Mae West said it best. Keep a diary, and someday it may keep you.
Yeah.
My sister's going through my mom's stuff. I think that's how they found out I was her favorite. Well.
Well, because all the other ones are bees. A bunch of bitches. Look, women have a hard time getting along. Look, I'm telling you straight up. Women have a hard time with mom to mom. You have a very good relationship with your mother, and I know that is a cultural thing as well, I believe. But I mean,
well, we're also, we're 21 years apart. She's born in December. I'm born in January. We have a lot of the same mannerisms. But,
right. But you guys are pals.
We are now. But
when you were young, she was a.
Well, she was my parent. She wasn't my friend.
Right.
When we got older, there were still moments of friendship, but it was 80s, right? It's completely different environment. There's a commercial now with a mom waking her college-age daughter up from sleeping on the couch. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. I just wanted to tell you how proud of you I am." And I just sat there and was like, who are these people? My mom would have kicked me and be like, "What the hell are you doing sleeping on the couch in the middle of the day?
Right, exactly.
Get up and find something to do or I'll find it for you."
Here's a broom.
Exactly.
Sweep your bed. That way you can't sleep in it.
Something, but yeah.
Crazy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Let's take a little break. We'll come back in a second and get the hell out of here on a Tuesday.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
Today was a big day for Team USA's women. The soccer team beat Germany in a thriller to advance to the gold medal match, while water polo reached the semifinals along with volleyball.
Split 8 opposite with a little kick early on and looking for a touch. Missed that ball over the top of the block.
Cole Hocker won gold in the men's 1,500 meters after the American finished strong on the final lap.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. This is Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Tuesday evening forecast. We're going to keep the clouds from Debbie still around, but slowly going to start to see those conditions improve. Scattered shower or two as we head through the rest of the evening as those outer bands of Debbie finally push out of Central Florida. And we're going to keep that warm tropical air in play for the rest of the overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow. Overnight tonight, looking at a low of 81 degrees with a high of 94 for your Wednesday.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Renewal by Andersen is having their end of summer sale, and it's hotter than the Florida sun, and you know that's saying something. Renewal by Andersen's windows combine chic design with custom-built craftsmanship, providing you impact resistance against Florida's extreme weather, which is more important than ever, right? Now that we're in the middle of hurricane season, especially if you live on Florida's coast. Plus, everything is made in the USA in Minnesota. Now through August 31st, receive $300 off every window and $825 off all patio doors, plus zero money down, zero payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Just visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today and be one of the first 50 callers and receive a free TrueScene screen upgrade. Again, just visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
From the team behind Atlanta Monster and Up and Vanished comes a brand new investigative true crime podcast, Flashpoint. Listen as they explore the homegrown terrorism threat through the lens of the Atlanta Olympic bombing and its aftermath.
There is a bomb in Centennial Park. You have 30 minutes.
Listen to Flashpoint on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Flashpoint to start listening.
Disney on Ice is remixing your favorite tunes from The Lion King, Frozen 2, Moana, The Little Mermaid, and Wish. Only at Disney on Ice. Playing the Kia Center August 30th through September 1st. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details today.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana, and that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices on WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call #250 keyword HeartScan. The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
Speaking of the poker tournament, I like to watch Card Sharks on Buzzer TV. You got to be off the grid, Jim. Jack knows about that. But it's interesting to see the mindset of people when they flip the cards as to go higher, go lower, or whatever they think the next card's going to be. It's a good-ass show.
All right. It's that freebie thing. It's on that game.
Yeah, it's one of Buzzer is like a game show network that's available on free TV.
Got it. Yeah. All right. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I'm Jim. Devin, Jack are here as well. We'll do. You heard it here first here. In just 1 second. Go ahead.
I was going to say shout out to the Grinch who joined us today.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. We appreciate that. Shout out to Jeff Jones for donating that for the auction for the poker tournament coming up next week.
I'm going to try it again. Ready? It's Got Caricature. Oh, yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Yay. I don't know why I have trouble with that stupid word.
This just broke. I mean, it just came in a second ago. NASA is delaying the Crew 9 launch. Oh, sorry. God almighty. I'm sorry.
You just don't do my year first.
It's not like you do something like give you an Olympic story in the segment before the Olympic update. Yeah, he's not going to do something like that.
I want to make sure that you have plenty of time. We ran out of time, and I just borrowed one story from you.
It worked out perfectly.
It worked out perfectly. All right.
I have a gift for you, though.
Okay, very good.
And I didn't read it.
All right.
I'm going to send you this article of the 30 best diner scenes in crime movies ranked.
Diner scenes in crime movies. I know number one right off the bat.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, right
of course.
Right off the bat, number one.
But there's got to be another. I don't know if that is number one, but it is the picture in the article.
Oh, man, there's a bunch of good scenes in diners. Well, I mean, how about the scene from No Country for Old Men?
What about Sopranos?
Oh, that's a gas station.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Sopranos. Now you're killed me.
Well, it's on its way, Jimmy.
Oh, no, I got one for you.
All for taking my story.
I've got one for you.
Sure.
You ready?
Yeah.
It involves a hockey player. See if Jack can do this one.
Youngbloods.
No.
Oh, Slapshot.
No. Former hockey player. It's a comedy.
Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah. Former.
It's hard. This is a hard one to get. I think the player's name is Cam Neely.
Okay. Yes.
Dumb and Dumber.
I've never seen that movie.
God almighty.
No.
Why do you act surprised every time Because it's the third time in 2024.
It's that shocking every time, Jack. It's a legendary American film.
Listeners will back me up. At least 3 times this year, I've announced that I've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
I keep forgetting it because I can't imagine any human that enjoys comedy hasn't seen it.
Oh, you forget everything.
Yeah. I mean, there's Kick His Ass Seabass. That happens in a diner. Actually, 2 scenes. Man, that may be the best diner movie of all time because the one guy, the bad guy, eats the flaming hot burger in the other diner
and dies right there on the floor.
So many diners.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, right. It's 35,000
I don't
years
need
old.
to see it.
All right, 407-916-1041. What's on tap tonight for you to watch for Olympics tonight for you, buddy?
Oh, tonight. So track and field. There's some big events. I actually
any finals today?
Yes, there will be. And then also diving is the women's 10-meter platform diving.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way up there. Was that 30, 35 feet or something?
Yeah.
Do you like that or the springboard better? Do they even do the springboard diving anymore?
They do in the synchronized.
Oh, is that what it is?
The 3-meter springboard is synchronized.
Yeah.
I don't think they do the individual diving that way. They might.
What's the highest you've jumped out of something into water? What's the farthest? I'm saying this for a reason.
Yeah, I did the at Rick's Cafe cliff diving in Jamaica, just jumping off that.
How far is that?
I don't know, 30 feet.
Yeah, it's a long way. Was it scary?
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, when you're up there, you're like, when you're watching them do it, oh yeah, they're doing it and diving, and they're doing crazy stuff. You just jumping, you're like, doing your best to make sure you hit the water the right way.
Oh, yeah.
There's a place that used to be up on the Swanee River called Bob's River Place. And it was just this guy had a piece of property on the Swanee River with slides and jumps and swings and all kinds of stuff. It was just an insurance nightmare.
Oh.
But he had a jumping platform. It's only about 20 feet off the water. And I'm telling you, man, when you stand up there for the first time,
terrifying.
You're like, that's just 20 feet?
I know.
Like it's way up there. It felt like it. And then you jump, and it's like, okay, well, I should hit the water any minute now. It feels like you're up there. Man, it's not that far.
That's not water. Right. That's a brick wall.
Right. All right, 407-916-1041. Deb, let's do You Heard It Here first.
All right.
It's time for You Heard It Here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, and as Jim started to allude to, today marks the 2-month point at the space station for Starliner's test pilots Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, who should have been back by June 6th.
Wow.
NASA is still weighing all of its options.
Who's paying their bills?
For returning the 2 veteran astronauts, including a ride home in a SpaceX capsule.
Right.
Now, it turns out that only 2 docking ports at the space station can accommodate U.S. astronaut capsules.
Right.
And right now, both are occupied.
Right.
So one's going to need to be vacated before the next SpaceX crew can arrive. Now, Russia has its own parking places for its Soyuz capsules. You know, they fly on the wrong side of space. The latest setback means the 4 astronauts who flew up with SpaceX back in March will now all have a longer mission than expected.
So
because they have 6 astronauts up there, they have to figure out how they're going to get home.
Let me ask. I mean, this is a dumb question. I'm going to go ahead and preface this with stupidity.
There
right
are
off the
no
bat.
dumb questions,
Okay.
just stupid people who
There
ask
you go.
them.
So, I mean, could they just unscrew that thing and kick it out of there and send a new one up? I mean, I'm kind of serious there. Could they
Boeing
not?
Starliner?
Yeah, they've had so many problems with this thing. Could they just get one right down here and then just say, hey, just unhook that thing and kick it out into space?
Well,
go ahead, Deb.
Here's the problem with them getting it right here. If you remember, they had to fly the Starliner twice before they committed to a crew because there were so many software and other issues with it. Now you've got thruster issue, propulsion issues, helium leaks going on. So but they still say, hey, we'll get home when we're ready.
Yeah, right.
Meanwhile, the state
checking
of
Boeing stock, right?
yeah. How is it looking, Jack?
Not as good as it once did.
Right. They've had a tough couple years.
Yeah, they have. In the meantime, the state of Florida is warning one of the world's busiest cruise ports about a project that it could impact its chance of future funding. The state's Department of Commerce and Department of Transportation sent a letter to Port Canaveral leaders late last week. Yes, sir.
Whoa, what's going on over there?
Saying they do not support current dock plans that appear to favor cruise terminals over the space industry. See, the state says if the project is not reversed, the port could lose millions of dollars in current and future investments. Port leaders are expected to take up the issue at a meeting later this month.
Okay, I do not understand this.
So the state said, yeah, whoa. We see that your plans appear to favor cruise terminals instead of the space industry.
Oh, because Port Canaveral is more tied to the space industry than they are, or Canaveral, or that area.
Yeah.
They want their identity to be the space program and not cruising.
Now, the federal funds, they want to service the space center.
Yeah.
Whereas, Port Canaveral's like, yeah, but they keep saying yes to all these cruise ships. They're saying, yeah, but you can't minimize the space work and the spaceport.
But are they doing that? Or are they just taking the business that the cruise industry is providing them because of our area and where we are and what we offer?
They might be doing that, but what are they losing? It's at the expense of the port area that's being used for the space agency.
Yeah, like booster rockets being delivered by ship if they can't be delivered by truck.
Got it.
And then they can't get into port because there's cruise ships taking up the space, and then that pushes back SpaceX plans.
They got a submarine station right there where all that is. I know that.
And then finally, a controversial statue of Marilyn Monroe in Palm Springs is moving after public outcry.
What happened?
The 26-foot-tall...
Oh, that's like a pigeon we have.
Forever Marilyn statue depicting Monroe's famous skirt scene from the 1955 movie The 7-Year Itch has been criticized by locals since it was erected. They say it's inappropriate, especially for children, because the backside of her underwear is in plain view. At 26 feet tall.
Speaking of erected.
That is a big old...
Visitors disagreed with the concern, saying, hey, it's a great place to take photos. I'm in the butt crack. The statue is not moving far from the main street of downtown. She'll be tucked away at the back of the 1.5-acre property away from the sidewalk.
Wow.
And you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thanks, Deb.
Of course.
Appreciate that. All right, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. Don't forget you can get access to his segment. Jack, where do they get that?
Oh, you just go to The Goods at JimColbertLive.com. Click on podcast, The Goods. Also on the iHeartRadio app, you follow it there. Every time it updates, you'll know it.
And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Wow. The total pro, that guy. A complete professional. Jack, do we have a question of the day?
We do. Do you like it on the Jim Colbert Show when they have to tap dance verbally to get to the end of a sentence? 100% say yes.
100% say yes, huh? Both polls say yes?
Yeah.
All right, well, coming up tomorrow, we have, Wednesday, Animal House. Who's in?
We have Jifu Jennings and Christina O'Donnell, along with a blue-tongued skink for World Lizard Day.
Very nice.
Central Florida Zoo.
And we have another blue-tongued skink, Scott Maxwell, calling in tomorrow as well. Who donated a very nice gift. I should take the skink comment back.
I think you should.
I do not. Oh, did he? Is he the Pappy guy?
No.
Oh, I thought it was the Pappy. Skink it is then.
No. A Pyrospot.
Pyrospot, oh, yeah. Scott's going to buy the Pappy. That's what I meant. All right, so big show coming up tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in today. We appreciate that very much. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
See you tomorrow. Bye.